I'm not just recording today, but got things we got to get done. We got to take the day. It's extremely important. I have to be in massive updates today, and I made some decisions on some things I'm going to be changing and why they need to be changed. Because again, can't say for the other gray screen paints out there, but I can say for a fellow, and this again, I don't want people to take this the wrong way and get all upset and angry and bitter, because we got people who just a little too sensitive at the end of the day. They don't understand how business is conducted, and they're still stuck in this adolescent child world. So, again, you got to grow up, because again, this is business. You know, I tell you something. First, I'm announcing myself. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition, LLC, and Crystal Ridge Technology Screens. You know, for the long periods that I've been in business and had a lot of experience in the field, I've never seen individuals make such poorly made products. Very, very poorly made products. Products that had no form of testing, products matching house paint, products doing poorly, and paint on applications, videos being edited. The websites themselves were scams. The websites were stealing images of Google and claiming to be their own images coming from their own screen paints. There were countless amounts of scams that were going on their websites. One's actually still existing right now that has a scam on the site that tells people that his paint has this incredible gain, that if you paint the screen in a different technique, it basically changes the gain to a different gain. The person we contacted who was doing a review on his product, he can't tell us anything. Where Monday morning, we're going to contact the other fellow who had it and ask him about it, see if he could do a demonstration explaining this range gain nonsense. And because of all of this, he can't back this up. We're going to have to take him to court, because again, we're going to challenge him in court about this range gain. And this is what I'm talking about, the silly nonsense that goes on only from these two individuals. Everybody else that makes gray screen paints, they don't do this stuff. We purchased from them before. No one does this stuff for them, only those two. But sometimes you have to root out and gut out something that hopefully doesn't start a trend of stupidity on this. If they would have caught these knockoff projectors when they first started coming in, you wouldn't have them in here right now. If someone had came and said, okay, look, we got to start taking these guys to court, because again, these specifications aren't real, like Valva did, like Epson did with Valva, you wouldn't have these trashy, junky projectors here. You wouldn't have them at all, because someone would have called bull from the door. So the problem we have is Jamie has been in the system for quite a long time. Jamie reminds me of a fellow called Harold Canteen. He reminds me of him. Harold Canteen was a preacher of family radio. And somewhere along the line, he lost his way, and he started preaching some really bad stuff about talking about how the world was going to end in May of 2021, which never even happened. And he basically hurt a lot of people, because he was nationwide, globe to global, with these antennas preaching this poison. He passed away. He had a stroke and he died. But he basically led a lot of people down the wrong path. Jamie did the exact same thing too. Jamie would use his YouTube platform to manipulate, lie, cheat, and everything else you could possibly think of. We have it on the blacklist. All evidence is sitting on the blacklist. He's being taken to court for it. And people went out and bought this product thinking that this product was going to be some kind of miracle cure for their projector, and it turned out to do nothing at all. He even manipulated and lied inside a very church, which we posted onto a forum site, and people were breaking it down saying, gee whiz, this is pretty messed up. You can see where the preacher was frustrating, because he wasn't really focusing his conversation with him. He was walking back and forth, pacing across the stage, because he knew at the end of the day he was still back at square one, being in the dark, which he didn't want to be. The fellow who has painted the screen for the soccer game, that is absolutely horrible. There's so many people were so disgusted over that right there. It wasn't even funny. And he was using a very high-end projector and still couldn't get it to work. I got customers outside that can get a screen to pull up with no problem. He couldn't open two curtains inside to get it to work. That was very disgusting. All the other customers you see that were posted to his site, every single one of them trapped in a dark environment with that product, and I'm pretty sure by now they've already gone to Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, somewhere and got a gray paint because we said that's what you should do, and challenged us and found out we were right. Because if we were wrong, we would have saw some kind of demonstration claiming that we were wrong. We couldn't find one. Goes on YouTube, Matches a House Paint, clearly Matches a House Paint, continues to sell this product regardless of knowing what he knows. This is why he's going to court. Regardless if he rips down his website, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Evidence is there, everything's been filed, he's going to court. Of his product Matching House Paint on 2 different occasions. So, we're coming in to fix this mess that he caused. Now, for those of you who want to question me about my ability to make great screen paint product, I was here long before they were. And my product, again, was contracted, which means in order to get a contract, you're going to have to show a lot of tests in order for someone to fly halfway across the globe over to the United States and issue you a 50-page global contract, which we received. That's why you see our stuff over on the Facebook page, the previous old Facebook page, under Digital One Crystal, for the company actually advertising our products. Our products that had more testing, way more demonstrations, far more customers, and again, it sold for quite a lot more than $50 at the end of the day, because again, you really can't prove it. He didn't prove that the product could work because there were no testing. Now, if you saw the Digital 2.0, the Digital 2.0 still has a challenge sitting on the Crystalwitch site to this day, challenging anyone with the great screen paint to match it. It was able to beat certified screens. It could operate in max out environments, which we're operating the screen at 1,000 lumens. It could operate with no problem. Since we have experience in this field, we can FLE a great screen paint. Now, will it have the ability to be able to produce the ultra black? No, because that's a lie. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. He was lying the entire time. He didn't tell the truth about his product. And if you're going to make a great screen paint, you need to make something that is going to be truthful to the customers and not going to lead them down the wrong path of lies, where the results are going to be ugly. So the new screen paint we're going to develop to replace Crow's mess at the end of the day is going to be a product that is going to tell the truth. You'll see it in fully lit environments. You'll see the difference between the black technology. You'll see the difference between the certified screens. You'll see the difference. And you'll see the difference against gray paint, which he should have been doing those demonstrations a long time ago. It's going to match gray paint? Heck no. No way in the world. I can't charge you $37 or $48 for a product that's going to match gray paint. You can do it yourself. That's just madness. So no, that'll get me in a lot of trouble. That can be sued for fraud. So no. So we're going to make something that is worthy of your time, much more affordable than what he was charging at the end of the day. And at least at the end of the day, it's going to have some capability to do exactly what we claimed it's going to do, instead of someone lying on camera using an ultra short projector 24/7 and stuck in a dark environment, but constantly putting on his site when you're showing open windows and doors, misleading people, and then opening windows and doors and saying, hey, look, it's not ambient light projection, but I got it in an environment as if it's ambient light projection. Because if it's not ambient light projection, why in the world would a church buy a non-ambient light projection screen? Churches are not in the dark. I don't know what kind of church it would be in the dark 24/7. No. In that environment where a screen was sitting at, there is no way in the world they could operate in that dark environment. Number one, fire exits. You can't have dark environments you can't have a crowded environment where it's super dark without exits being well lit. Now, you can go to movie theaters. Movie theaters is different from a church. Definitely. People go to movies to watch movies. People in church to serve God. You're not going to be reading books in a movie theater. You're going to be reading the Bible in a church. So it has to be well lit. You have to be to read the scripture that's on the page. So the area has to be well lit. So again, was not done correctly, and a lot of lies were told. So we're going to come in and fix the great paint problem that joker started from the door, and come up with a better product, a product that is going to be easy to paint, not that stuff that Parte has, that freaking 97. I swear, I've seen a roll of that screen so many times, I thought he was basically spawning something at one point. It's just too much. You know how easy a screen paint's supposed to be applied? You paint your wall, it should be the exact same thing. Literally the same thing. That's the whole purpose. It's like that's what screen paints were developed when they first came out, was for the wall, converting the wall into a projection screen. It should be applied to almost just about any surface. You should see all testing, and everything should be batch number, which means you should see the product tested before is shipped to you. This is the reason why he has a lawsuit coming his way for fraud against our company It was supposed to be $12,000, but now because of the lawsuits that are coming through, it was jumped to $50,000. He violated a batch number. And again, like I said before, you can't get around those things. Those things basically are designed to protect the consumer and customer at the exact same time. He violated one, he's going to get hit with a lawsuit. Okay, what else we need to do with this thing at the end of the day? So basically we'll show you that contrast levels will be fair as they are. They're not basically, if anyone sits there and tells you that, hey, you're going to put a tremendously high contrast level, and the problem with Jamie was doing demonstration, challenging an ultra black screen, which was us. A screen that's designed to be pulled in fully lit environments. That's what he was doing. Fooling customers to make them believe that they can get it for cheaper, you don't have to spend money for his product, because we do the same thing knowing that was a straight out lie. Yeah, that's definitely going to get him in a lot of trouble. But anyway, no gray screen. It's going to give you the ability for Infinity One. Sticking this screen in a super dark environment, hitting it with a projector with a 2:1 contrast and a calibrated machine to be able to manipulate your customers is not the way to go. This will easily land you with a lawsuit. So, these are several of the charges that will be coming up against Fernando's company. Basically, he used high-powered machines. The machines were calibrated to change and alter color. The fact that he claimed did a lot of demonstrations in dark environments, claiming that his product was pulling these so-called contrast levels. There are several charges that were filed against this company for fraud. Not just the paints, but other things that were filed too. And along with that, for the icing on the cake, showing that his company committed the perjury and other stuff they have against his company. And also too, I told you I have a sister who actually works for the IRS, so she's also involved. This is why I explain to people at the end of the day, be careful who you ruffle feathers to about at the end of the day, and be careful how you carry yourself, Be very careful about that. But anyway, let's move on to this right here. We're going to make a better product. And again, none of that nonsense. We're going to show you exactly what it does, as we did with the 2.0. You can go to Crystal Age and watch the 2.0 challenge demonstration, what it was designed to do. No complicated instructions, no nonsense bull crap, no range gain crap from the door, none of that nonsense. Actual product. Now, for the people that are offended about range gain, well, do me a favor, you find out for me, because I'm sick and tired of asking about that stuff. I've contacted Danny Rogers multiple times in recording, have it on the blacklist, showing us, reaching out to him through his message board, which we got no reply, emailing him, which we got no reply whatsoever. He has to go to court for this range gain nonsense. Contacted a customer who was bragging about his product. He just went into a fit of rage. He carried on every day, contacted us. We recorded and documented all that, by the way, Mr. Lee, to show that we clearly just asked you a simple question. We posted it to your site multiple times and asked you simple questions about this range gain. You did the test, you did the review, I requested several times, and you became hostile toward us. So it clearly shows that you don't know what it is either. So thank you for clearing that up with me. We don't need you to go and do the demonstrations. The fact that you carried on a hostile attitude clearly shows that you can't back it up. And people become hostile when they're backed in the corners and pressure's put on them. They become upset and angry, and that's what you displayed. So it clearly shows that the range gain was fake. It shows that Danny basically designed the product. He lied about this product, and even worse, he put a PayPal shopping cart on top of it, which means now that's under the consumer fraud. They're going to ask him in court, can you back it up? What is he going to do? Can't tell us. He can't tell us. McAfee can't tell us. So what does that mean at the end of the day? You don't get charged. Can't do that. And on top of that, it shows the product did sell. Another issue he has with the product, saying that you make products from scratch. No, you can't actually do that. Not over the counter, you can't say. That's a chemical. So we can clearly show that this product had customers, which is Mr. Lee, which was a package was shipped to him overseas. This is going to get him in a lot of trouble with customs. Because again, if you're claiming to have a product that you say that is not over the counter, this makes it a raw chemical. And this is where now Homeland Security will be contacted, because we have proof that this product did get shipped overseas. It did travel to the UK, because the customer over there is from England. Yeah. Now, Mr. Lee didn't know that, did you? So guess what? You might be expedited to the US for questioning. This is why I explain to people, careful. And it's easy to catch, you guys, very easy. So, we can show that from 2023, we requested for Mr. Rogers to show proof, also to remove that statement claiming that his product was made by scratch. He refused to move it. It's still there today, right now, as we speak. And when you make these claims, they have to ask for authorizations, licensing, zoning, to make sure whatever chemicals you are using to make this stuff, since you're not getting over the counter, is safe for the environment, safe for those around you, and that you have proper clearance to ship this through United States and even more overseas. And if it goes overseas and they find out this was a chemical that was sent over that wasn't properly tested, or the chemical was made by scratch, and Mr. Rogers, you have some very serious charges. They could expedite you up there to England for filing charges against you. United States Postal Service will file charges against you. So it's interesting because, like I said, everything happens for a reason. We didn't even know it was Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee contacted our site and started ranting and carrying on. And when I looked at his account, I was like, I hit the button and I seen your paint pop up. And I was like, oh, there is somebody who has this stuff. That's why we asked him the questions about the range gain, and we got no reply back. But even more, a friend of mine said that, well, if he has making this stuff from scratch, like from chemicals that are not over the counter. Let me explain to you what over the counter means, people, just to clear it up on how serious this is. If you make a screen paint, you want to take it to Home Depot or Lowe's, maybe you want to sell it in there, right? They need proper requirements to show that your product is actually made from over the counter. You're going to have to show that. If you say your stuff is not made from over the counter, it's made from scratch, they can't touch it. And the reason why they can't touch it, it's not consumer safe. Everything they have over that counter for any one of those companies to be able to sell their product with Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, has to show that it's been tested, it's been through a flash zone, and that it is safe. Because if it's not safe and they put a chemical over there, your wife, anyone that goes and buys this paint, they can get sick and something can happen to them. So that's why everything has to show that there's some form of testing to it to prove what it is. So you have to do that. I know because one time at one point I was thinking about selling my product at Home Depot, and I know about the requirements they've requested from me. And it's not hard to get a safety material data sheet. You pay $700, they take it down to a lab, and they basically flash zone the daylights out of it. They send you back the results, about $700-800. Most likely, most you'll pay is $1,000. That's it. And you get a data sheet back, and it'll have everything on it, blah, 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 blah. That's it. So you have to show that document. We have those documents on the back of our boxes. You pull over one of our boxes, you'll see a document that pops up that explains everything. It works so and so and so. When it goes to the customer, it tells us it's water-based, it's this, that, and the other. You got to pay for that, get that done. So, because he's doing this, and because we can show proof that this chemical did, because they're going to ask him, did you sell this stuff? Was it transferred anywhere? Did it travel through a carrier? We can clearly show that one went to McAfee twice, and one went over to United Kingdom, which by Mr. Lee. I wouldn't advise you pulling your page down because that's not going to help you now. So, Rogers, you're in a lot of trouble, just to let you know. But this, again, do we think he made it from scratch? Nah, he didn't make it from scratch. He got it from over the counter, just like everybody else. The chemicals would be far too expensive. The equipment he would need to be able to maintain it, the license requirement, it wouldn't even be worth it for what he's charging. So no, I think he's saying that because he wants to be different from anybody else. But the fact that when that goes through, he's going to have to confess to them. All right, let's move on. We've got things to do besides talking about people who don't know how to do it, and clearly doesn't know how to make screen paint correctly, and they rely on the specifications. So we're going to make this product where you can use it in a fully lit environment, as we did with the 2.0. Look at the 2.0, digital 2.0, look in the test in the day, it'll have the same test requirement as that. We'll put it next to a black surface so you can see exactly the contrast you're going to pick up, and all contrast demonstrations must be done in fully lit environments because, again, this rips off the customer. You do these demonstrations in a dark environment trying to improve your contrast level, you do know the customer is going to go home and turn the lights on. You don't actually control the customer. They're going to go in and turn lights on. And they'll find out your stuff doesn't work because they're expecting to see this ultra dark image, and They turn the lights on and it just fades out. So they turn it off and go, oh, okay, I see. That's why they had the lights on all the time. There you go. Depending on ultra short throw projectors, bad idea, extremely bad idea. Again, distance throw has to come out. You're going to use it in a fully lit environment, where we might be using a long throw. It's to plague their screen due to the fact that the projector is not kissing the screen, because the distance throw is going to appear. It's going to pop up. Lumen count is going to drop. So that's pretty much it. Price you're going to charge is $48, and this is for those of you at the end of the day who still want a gray screen. How do I feel about gray screens? You can obsolete the technology easily, which we're showing a demonstration, the comparison of a black technology and anything we have next to it. At least at the end of the day, you know exactly what you're getting. Not somebody going to a YouTube video, taking a product they're claiming to be ours, putting black paint into it, which this guy's being sued for several $1 million because of this. And again, the jail time behind this thing is actually, I don't know which one's going to be worse, the jail time behind committing fraud against my company or the one with the copyrights. I don't know which one it is. But either way, I can tell you one thing, he ain't getting out. He's definitely not getting out. Anytime, well, he's not getting out. Forget it. Move on. Anyway, so, yeah, taking our product and putting our labels on it and then putting black paint into it and claiming that our products came up that dark next to his product, yeah. No. You'll see that our product will either thrive, blend into the screen as it always does. Mind you, we've had his products down and we've tested the stuff against our stuff, so we've had all his products. All of Mr. Fernando's products, we've had every drop of it down here. We've had the Frankenstein, the UV mix, the hybrid mix, the personal mix. We bought all that stuff. And then when we bought all his stuff, then he started doing the dumb stuff. Then he started doing the whole post office mail fraud, shipping stuff that was fraudulent through the mail. Again, 2 accounts of that, 40 years apiece. Oh, yeah, 20 years apiece, sorry about that. He started doing canceling orders. We got the stack of canceled orders under the desk. He started basically removing eBay listings. When he was on eBay, he was canceling orders on eBay too. So he started doing all that stuff, but too late to do that now, since we've already had your stuff and unboxed it, and was able to make your stuff with that black and white paint mixture for free. That mess, Metallica 2.0, which is actually a free mix, because he gave it away for free at one point, and then he turned around and tried to sell you for $60. That's why he got banned from eBay. eBay got rid of him. That's why he can't be on eBay. He went and did that. He went and sold a product that he was giving away for free, and eBay considers that to be consumer fraud. So he had to go in and show that the products he was selling had to be different. This guy, I tell you, at the end of the day, there's no boundaries to his scamming. It's unbelievable. The fact that he went over and did that fake review with the other fellow and sent over a paint called Ultra Black, there is no trace of this stuff anywhere. Never made this stuff. He just made this because he knew that if he put any of that gray paint in there, anything darker than his paint would have overpowered his product. He knew that from the door. So his solution was to try to come up with a darker or black paint. Jimmy can't make black paint. And the reason why we know he can't make black paint, because we gave him the ability to make our paint twice, and he failed it, both attempts. He doesn't know how to make it. So he just makes anything and threw it over there. Yeah, that's why I took at the end of the day, and good riddance. I'm glad he's gone, good reconnect. You can't come back. You can't even leave your front door. By the time January hits, you won't be able to leave your apartment. I got people coming to your property soon. So you won't be able to leave your property. You can't even go to work if you wanted to. You're getting served for court. There is nowhere you go. You did a lot of dirt, man. A lot of dirt. But this mess right here with the screen paint, this is horrible what you did. Those lies you told for years to people, ripping them off. So we'll come fix it. I've already got people orders coming, getting ready to set up for Facebook and the multiple forum sites we're at. We're going to broadcast this stuff everywhere. Now, are we worrying about no, we're not worrying about that, because the technology we had, most of the time we sold the 2.0, we had customers that bought it. Matter of fact, his customers were buying it. They were buying our product. That's why he got mad and he bought the product, because they were buying our stuff. Our stuff was tested. But as I said before, most likely his customer buys it. People want more advanced stuff. They go with the black technology and the stuff we did though. That's what they go with. When we go out on site, we're not selling that great paint out there. It won't work. We're in a commercial. That stuff won't function out there. And that's where he lied to people and who bought that stuff and tried to convince them that hey, great paint worked in commercial environment. How are you getting the paint to work in a commercial environment that doesn't even have ambient light rejection technology in it? How does that even work? I saw the demonstration over, and probably deleted the video. The demonstration over at, we got a copy of it. It was some kind of school or whatever it was. That was an ultra short though venue projector. See the size of that thing? The screen was washed out. The birds were washed out. The background was washed. Everything was washed out. And then turn on it, turn lights out. Pattern. Yeah, patterns that pop up when he does demonstrations. He literally turned out the lights closer to the screen because the image was deteriorating. Same thing in the church. Turned out the lights. And then had a nerve to say to the preacher, there's no comparison. My image is much better. No, preacher's like, we're still in the dark. I couldn't care less. We're still in the dark. The object of me bringing you in here is so we don't have to be in the dark. Yeah. So we'll just do it better. And our stuff will have tested, and there'll be batch number tested. So, I plan to make a lot of money this in the lawsuits, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel there's going to be people dumb enough to go out there and try to say our product matches a gray paint, and you're going to violate a batch number. You're going to owe me $50 million. Sorry, $50 million, that's funny. $50,000. So the $12,000 is now going to be updated to $50,000. So if you get any ideas at the end of the day, because we're doing tons of demonstrations, we're testing stuff against gray paint, to try to deteriorate my product by sitting there saying that it matches gray paint, you got a lawsuit coming your way, and you will not get a cease and desist order. We'll hit you with a lawsuit right from the door, and you won't be able to go out to work because there'll be somebody waiting outside to serve you or your wife. Because I will make sure that we can serve anybody in that house over the age of 21. Anyone. So I would advise those people that are thinking to do dumb stuff, don't do it. You see what's happening to these guys right now? It's not good. You don't want to be in the same category. Enjoy the product, as we want to get to, sell to you, and get a better image and better product at the end of the day, which you should have got from the door instead of getting that crap. And if you want to see our test results in gray screen paint, just go to my go to my YouTube account and type in Digital One Crystal Screen Paint and see exactly how many people had my product. As a matter of fact, I had more customers than him at that particular time. I have more customers now. So again, up to you. When you keep getting ripped off, get ripped off. When you get what you paid for, get what you paid for. I could never understand why people sit there and spend all the time and effort to do all this research on a projector just to turn around and get nothing out of it. That's like a waste of time. Now, will this work on the knockoff projectors? Yeah, it'll work on a knockoff projector. Definitely, no problem. Any knockoff projector will run on that thing. So, yeah. And at least at the end of the day, you're not being charged overpriced. At the end of the day, you're not getting some fake contrast levels, stealing Google images. Literally stole Google images. Got it on the black site. Check it out. Caught him. Stole Google images to try to make his product seem like something that's not mine. He's not using a dinky projector. He's using a 4K tri-laser projector. That's what he's literally using. And if you have to steal images off of Google to try to make your images look better, that is extremely sad. That's like me having an 8K Christie projector at 50,000 lumens, and I'm sitting there stealing Google images to try to make my product look better. That's not good at all. So I'm going to come in and change this. We got to put that warning in there because we get people who do dumb stuff at the end of the day. I'll look forward to taking your stuff. Message to people that at the end of the day, that if you want to come on, you want to commit fraud against my business, I'm going to enjoy taking your stuff. All of it. And including everything you have in your freezing your banking accounts. And I mean, these lawsuits can get pretty nasty. If you get found guilty in these things, they'll freeze everything. And I mean literally everything. Even your death insurance, we can take that too. Anything. So again, I would advise you just, enjoy the product if you buy it. If you don't like it, it's your opinion. I don't care about that. You can say, I don't like it, I don't like it. It's your opinion right there at the end of the day. But again, product's going to be tested. Because again, he didn't batch number none of his products, did he? No. Did you see any testing of this stuff? No. At all, period. Nothing. All right then. Then you didn't know exactly what you were getting in the mail, did you? Anything that popped up on your front door, you didn't know what you were getting, did you? Oh, on top of that, you can request a ship back, which means we'll bring it back here and we'll basically test it again to show you that it works. Did you get one of those too? Nah, not one of those either. Okay then. I didn't think so. So we meet, not all of Crow's customers were rude and disrespectful. We've met some that were actually pretty quite nice, that came in and purchased and were Black Technology. Because again, they couldn't open up the curtains because the screen would wash out. They couldn't take it outside, and contrast levels were failing. The color was failing. Just horrible, horrible product all the way around. I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Fernando. You could have removed your screen paint products. Remind you, we know how to make your stuff. As I told you before, we used your black and what's it called? That black Metallica Mix 2.0, which was 2 tablespoons of flat black paint and gray paint and black and whatever, gray and black paint, whatever that stuff was. No, it was 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint. I'm going to make your stuff. I'm going to put it against our new stuff, and I'm going to blow your stuff out of the water. Even though you're not here, but I'm pretty sure you're on YouTube somewhere, on some different account. He was known for having multiple accounts all the time. But just to show you, so I'm glad you'll see this and watch this, because I'm pretty sure you're in the room. And you have been contacting my company because your number was traced multiple times. It came back to your area code. So you got yourself some more trouble. For Monday morning, we'll file some more charges on you. I tell you, by the time you get to court, they start reading those charges off, boy. It's not going to go well for you. You don't know when to quit. Even when you call yourself at the end of the day disappearing, we know you're not going. But I want you to know at the end of the day that we have not forgot about you. So I said before, I got a California process server that will be coming to your front door to let you know that, hello, we are still here and we're still taking you to court. Until then, I got to clean your mess up. Because that paint is awful that you made. Absolutely awful. Always in a dark environment. Good gracious. That stuff is horrible. Got that stuff over here for testing. I couldn't get that stuff to work, and I tried. And mind you, I own more projectors than he has, and I tried on every single one of them failed. Took it outside, it didn't generate for jack. I was like, this stuff is freaking house paint. Went in and made that free black and white mixture, that Metallica 2.0. It matches the product. I was like, oh no, this guy is not doing what I think he's doing. Yeah, he's doing that. He was taking the paints were off by 2 and 3 scoops of black paint. They're all the same thing. And you said, what about the UV? The UV is a reversal. Frankenstein's a reversal. UV was made, we had over UV was made with 5, it was a reversal. We start off with black paint. Because you do it with white paint, you'll waste so much black paint to convert it, it's a headache. And then you lose steps on how many scoops you put in. So it becomes a nightmare for you. You do a reversal. You make the base black. When you make the base black, you scoop in white paint. It took 6 scoops, like the scoops you get for those Kool-Aid scoops. That's what we use. 6 of those to convert it over to a UV mix. Perfect match from the one we bought from him. Turn around and we had the Frankenstein that came through, but the Frankenstein and UV right next to each other. It's in the blacklist, and we said, ah, shoot, look at this. 1 scoop off. It took 1 scoop. So it took 7 scoops to make the Frankenstein. Those are off. It took 6 to make UV. It took 5 to make Frankenstein. It was 1 scoop off, because Frankenstein is a little bit lighter than UV. That's all it took. They're stair steps. The black paint mixtures that he put in the toner are stair step process, which is an old trick people used back in the day when they first started off, when they were trying to make multiple paints, and use stair steps when it came to black paint. Put 3 in here, 2 in here, 1 in here. Each one shows a different shade, and they claim each one to do something different because of the lightness of the screen or the darkness of the screen. Yeah, we tested all that. Man. We started all of that off from the Metallica Mix 2.0, which shows you how to make it. And it has the ingredients right there on the thumbnail, which that was a product that he tried to push on eBay. And when we sent that document over to eBay, eBay removed the site. He got banned. Before they ban you, they're going to request you to back it up. That's what we're going to do. They're going to say, hey, look, we got a request in. We need you to back this up. You can't back it up. So life catches up to you. You scheme, you rob, you steal, it catches up to you. And when it catches up to you, the only option you have is to run. And that's what they do. When people get caught, they run and start hiding evidence left and right. This is his website. You can't open this site. If you disconnect your site from the server, is the site deleted? No. If it's deleted, you would get a 404 error would pop up. That's what would happen from a deleted site. Or now they have it now. You can go into an option if your site's under maintenance. You can put a 404 error page. It pops up. It shows up on mine. You can actually put those up. That's what we saw with Danny's page. Danny's page is different. It's a 503 error code that popped up on his. But anyway, so he disconnected the site, which means he hasn't paid his domain fees. And when you don't pay your domain fees to your site, they disconnect it. So this is what you'll receive. Now, I know this because I went in one time and I wanted to go, I forgot to put something on the site, and I got this that popped up, which means it's disconnected. It looks like the domain isn't connected to the website. That's what it is. It's not deleted, it's disconnected. So at least when he disconnected, he basically went in and probably deleted it. It's not going to be there. Domain's going to be gone. All that's going to be gone. There's nothing there at all, period. His site technically is there. The thing about it is disconnected. He stopped paying the bill. This is what happens. Perfect example. What happens to companies that scam. And keep in mind, people, is we're not the only ones hunting him. There are several agencies hunting him. Mr. Fernando's been busy. He's been doing things he shouldn't have been doing. Like I said, he's committed perjury on an LLC. That's not something they sweep under the rug and don't get back with you. They will contact you every freaking day on that one. They don't play around with that. Within the time that I filed for my business tax identification ID license, they came in and contacted me one time. That was it. I had no way to reply back to it because, again, as I said before, I wasn't using it to basically make any money. I was using it for favors. And I was buying stuff out of my own pocket, and someone was hooking me up with something out of their own pocket. So it was like a trade-off. And after the day they sent it to me, within next week, I had a summons to come in. They don't play around. So the first thing, if one of the things that's going to come up, because there's many things of why that site went down. Number one, yeah, he committed some serious violations against our company. He had problems with Wix, because Wix had multiple problems with him, not only with us, but other organizations, where he was actually doing stuff on his site he shouldn't have been doing. He was doxing on his own website. He was posting people's addresses on his website, posting people's faces on his address, on his website. He did my sister's address. He did my address. He did the people, the place I was renting the place when he posted their address. So they're all filing lawsuits against him and criminal charges against him for doxing. One of them is actually going to California to get a warrant for his arrest. So again, he's in a lot of trouble. Other problems he has. The perjury. Yes, we contacted the lawyer over at LegalZoom. Found out that at the end of the day, he had no idea this nonsense was going on. Now he's doing his own little investigation. He has that problem. They're contacting him about a statement due date missing, which has been missing for quite some time. It's going to go into around 2 years that this document is now missing, and now the state of California is going to need this document from him, and they're going to be scouring through stuff. Unfortunately, Mr. Fernando, they're going to bump into our videos where we get all this information on you about stuff that you were doing, and they're going to find all those videos showing you were doing your. We have a document, several documents showing how you committed perjury on your own LLC. They're going to find it. So it doesn't make a difference. You remove stuff, not going to work at all. Problems on that, the landlord issue. The landlord issue problem he's going to have is the fact his LLC sits on his building itself, and it has problems attached to it. It has criminal charges attached to it. Keep in mind, when charges were filed against Jamie, they weren't just filed against him, they were filed against his business also, because his business committed crimes. So again, this is what your screen paint involves. Your screen paint involves criminal activity. It can take fraud, manipulate it, and rob people at the end of the day. He made fraudulent products. He did all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he has a lot of stuff coming his way. A lot of stuff. So this is the reason why his site is going to be down. It can't come back up. Because if he brings the site back up, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Until then, for those of you who depend on gray screen paints, you don't even have a proper gray screen paint, do you? You really don't. None of that stuff is tested. None of it's tested at all, period. So, I thought that it'd be interesting that we should make an FLE gray screen paint, and we should come in and basically challenge other gray screens. I think that'd be interesting. Because again, as I said before, to bring in a screen much like a what's it called? The Phoenix. The Phoenix technology could easily take out any screen. It's ultra black and it pulls up insane white levels and so high it changes screens to different colors. It has incredible ultra short throw capabilities. It picks up insane amount of color without the requirement of calibrating. It is a really insane product. There's nothing's going to be a stand against that, and we're not really going to get much of a challenge out of that. But if we were to bring out a gray screen paint, this would be interesting because there's a lot of them laying around, to tell you the truth. And I would like to do those demonstrations against other gray screen paints and see how we compare to theirs with our gray technology. So we'll do something that no one else did. We're going to challenge our gray FLE technology against every other gray screen. I think that'd be fair, because it would be unfair to launch a black technology. There's no way in the world you can compete with that thing. But another gray screen, well, that would be fun. And I think that's what we're going to do. But on the same time, keep in mind the reason why we're doing this is because, again, if you're going to be selling a product, you're going to have to show that your product is going to be worthy. There's so many gray screen paints out there, it's not even funny. There's so many great paints out there, it's not even funny. In order for you to do this, you have to show that your product differs from everybody else. In order to do that, you have to do extensive testing. So is this going to be available anytime soon? No, we got a lot of great paints to test. I got to go do this. I got to go do glue screen, a couple of certified screens I want to go through. Some stuff I got to do before we can show this stuff, before we can sell this stuff. So you'll see the difference in the gray technology we're developing, that you'll see demonstrations going against certified. You'll see demonstrations of it going against gray screens and gray paints and other off-the-shelf paints. You'll see test demonstrations that you have not seen with anybody else's gray paint. There you go. So I'll be doing this in my spare time. There you go. So, I need to make a video of this and send it over to the blacklist. Let's see. Guy who did the testing, we're going to reach out to him Monday. There's one question I need to ask. There's a couple questions, but I'm not asking those questions. The lawyer asks those questions. I ain't got nothing to do with that part. But there is something I do need to ask. I need to ask, since he does have Danny's paint over there, I want him to explain that range gain to us. That's what I want to see. Because for your paint to have a gain that high, the fact that you are in a dark environment, that's not good at all, Perry. You're lying, dude. And again, like I said, we're going to get you, Mr. Rogers. I'm going to get you in a courtroom in front of a judge about that range gain nonsense. We got more than the evidence now to go forward and start getting ready to the prosecuting part. I'm going to start filing against you as fast as I can. We just need a little bit more evidence, but having actual customers who have this stuff, you couldn't find anybody. But to have someone who has this stuff and they can't, we ask them to explain it and we got nothing back, they don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it is. And that's the case, why do you have it under a PayPal shopping cart as if it does exist? Which, again, falls under consumer fraud. And you can't back this up. You had this running for over a year or so? Yeah, definitely going to jail. Definitely going to jail. Told you, can't sell that black paint. It's still sold out. The person who basically makes the chemical himself by scratch is sold out. I told you, that's one of his key features is what he does. When he can't back up a product, the first thing he does is he basically puts the sold out symbol on it. So Monday, I'm going to do something called a recap. We're going to go back into your site. We're going to see if you're still showing off this range gain nonsense after we went in. So that when we go before a judge, let them know, look, in 2024, it's still there. We did it in 2023. He's making false accusations. We're challenging your company on this range gain. Definitely challenging your company on range gain. We have it here. This is supposed to be some technology claim to have, like ours, again, sold out. He claimed to have our FLE screen paint products, again, sold out, of course. Mind you, when we went in to buy his product the first time, before we got the state ban, he basically locked every single shopping cart. Because again, what happened was, when the first time we came in and bought, we got the cancellations on, we bought for one shopping cart, every shopping cart locked, after we bought one product. So, how in the world is that possible? that I buy one product and it triggered all the other shopping carts to go sold out. We didn't buy from them shopping carts. We bought from one. That was you going in and basically locking the shopping carts to make sure we couldn't get anything else. So that's documented. Everything I'm talking about is all documented. All right, let's go over here and see if this range gain nonsense is still in here. Yep, there we go, right there. Then I'm gonna replace your product. I'm gonna replace your paint. This is going bye-bye. Once we get rid of you and you're gone, and we get rid of support, and we get rid of you, I'm gonna replace your product and make a better product than yours. And this one basically will have front and rear capability if we choose, because we will specialize in that field. You can see the range gain nonsense still here. See? Right there. Yeah. Can vary based upon application technique. And there's no video that is showing you anything at all whatsoever. So with that being said, Mr. Hookup, what do you call yourself at the end of the day? I think the My Hookup, I think that's what he's called. I'll be contacting you about this range gain. And show you our documents. We'll show you the blacklist on the two individuals that you call yourself being respectable screen paint makers. Man, I hope your word is not basically accounted for, because it's about to go down the drain in about a few after we send you exactly what you were doing business with and who we're putting your product next to. But anyway, I want you to explain this range gain to me. So now this nightmare and curse has ended up on you. And it's funny. It's interesting about it. No one has this product, first of all. Well, not a lot of people. But anyone who bought this stuff, yeah, you would have been met by us, because we would have contacted you and said, hey, look, you got this paint, right? What's the range gain on this thing? Can you explain this to us? And the more people we contact that says they don't know anything about it, the worse it gets for Roger. A lot worse. So no, this stuff is fake. It's fake, number one, because there's no such thing as range gain. I also want to see rear projection. You said it had rear projection capabilities. Mr. Lee, we asked you for rear projection capabilities. We didn't get anything back from you. Nothing. You didn't show me it was front and rear, not a thing. You didn't take it outside and show us in a fully lit environment. You didn't take it outside and show me nothing. There's nothing there on your channel. And then you came back and you ranted and screamed and yelled at me, which we all got it documented. Why would you be upset? You should be to back it up. You did the review, right? All right then. No problem then. All right then. Nothing. All right. Once Danny, you're gone, and keep in mind that Jamie, you still have remnants of yourself. But once those cyber charges come to light and we get you into a courtroom, I'm gonna get a court order to wipe anything of you online. I don't care if it's personal or not; it's getting wiped. Because again, that's what happens when you're convicted of cyber crimes. You have no access to online anymore. You can't even get on a cell phone when we get done with them. Nothing. No IP address, nothing. No gaming system, nothing. You have no access to online whatsoever. They cut it off completely. It's like being disconnected from the internet. That's what's going to happen to them. Same thing's going to happen to this fellow too. Because again, one of the big things you have to understand that when you run a company online, you do fall under the category of cyber crimes. That's what happens. And if you are caught committing these crimes, and they're very heavy crimes, you can have your internet removed altogether, which means you have no access to the internet at all anymore. And these are permanent. And that's what's going to happen to these guys. You use the internet to broadcast that your product has a range gain, lied and manipulated, put a shopping cart next to it so people could buy something that didn't even exist. And there, right there, is considered to be consumer fraud. And extremely, how long you've been doing it for? Like I say, if you've basically been doing a crime for, like I said, a couple of days, then they might look upon like, okay, you know, it's probation area, you know what I mean, whatever. But if you've been doing it for a couple of years, this is a problem, which he has been, because we have it time stamped. When we requested him in December of 2023 to remove it, because unless he can back it up, and we got nothing from him. So, see you in court. Well, we won't see you in court. We file against you, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna investigate his site, and they're gonna bring him in court. So they're just gonna request from us evidence. That's all. All right, let's move on from here. These fake paints. Look at this, fake paints. Him and the other one. And on top of that, you guys are associates, so y'all know each other. That makes it even worse, because you know him, he knows you. We can show a couple of Crowcast conversations between you, Daniel McAfee, and Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, knowing each other to a point so well that you even talked about each other's personal information, like medical information about his wife and about each other's families and stuff like that. So you do know each other quite well. You didn't know that video would come back to bite you in the face. Yeah, it's called association. You can be charged for that. That means you guys are all knowing each other, which means they'll put this into one big conspiracy charge that you guys knew each other back and forth, that you were both committing these scams. You were on one website and on another website. It's not going to go well. Conspiracy charges are horrible to have. Because again, there are going to be all kinds of consumptions that are going to pop up. And again, you're going to have to fight like this is not true. And yeah, not going to go well for you. But until then, we need to clean this mess up. We'll get rid of this soon. This will be going soon. Mr. Rogers, you won't have a choice. You'll have to remove your site. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to contact Squarespace. And when I get a hold of them, and I will, because my lawyer is looking to contact Squarespace to show them that your site has basically been committing crimes. Once we basically file the charges, once we get those docket numbers showing that charges were filed against you and that they are going through, and you're going to have to back this up, I'm going to contact Squarespace, your internet provider, website host provider, and I'm going to send those documents over. Now, mind you, they may ask you the same question too. Your site may go under investigation, and they may ask you the same thing too. Well, we got a claim against you, claiming to have this, so and so and so, got a file against you. We need to know if this is true or not. Can you explain this to us? What are you going to do? Nothing. All right, then. That's what you're going to do. Because you can't explain this stuff. You don't know what it is. You made it up. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood of Make-Believe. You literally made this stuff up. That's why he's on the blacklist. He was on the blacklist for a while. I told you, the only way you can end up on the blacklist is you really would have to do something. We would have a lot of evidence on you to put you up here. It's the only way you can end up on here. Mr. Matthews will be on the blacklist pretty soon. We have hardcore evidence that Mr. Matthews went in and basically used a knockoff projector to go in and basically make our product look bad and then continue to say our product was a scam. We have up to 7 years to prosecute for fraud. So Mr. Matthews is now going to be going to court. By the way, I found your information in my PayPal account, so guess what? I'm filing against you for fraud charges, for committing fraud against my business, and I will be suing you for a lot of money. When I mean a lot of money, people, I'm not talking about no 50,000, 80,000. We're about a million and up. And when people saying we don't have the money, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. Sue you for millions of dollars. They don't care. If you pay, we know you can't pay it. That's the whole purpose. There's no liens on you. So that's what the whole thing is. They don't care about that. I heard somebody laughing one time talking about, oh, they want to sue me for $1.5 million. I don't have it. Good luck for them collecting it. They know they can't collect it. They're going to put liens on you. They're going to bring what they call it. They're going to bring in a debt collector. They're going to execute judgment on you. When they execute judgment, someone's going to come to your house and take your stuff. So if you think at the end of the day, because you don't have the money and they can't take nothing from you, they are going to take something from you. They're going to take everything from you. And whatever you don't have, you can't pay. They're going to stack interest on top of that, which means you'll become homeless. If you work and get a job, guess what happens? They get a percentage of that. So you'll be working for them. If you don't end up in jail in the process and you end up just getting sued, you'll be basically at the end of the day. There's a judgment, and the judgment basically, if it's behind, let's say you go behind court chambers, you're in the judge's chambers, right? And nothing's documented in the courts. This is basically a verbal conversation, and you get a judgment on it, right? You lose in that chamber. They can't touch you. They can't touch you for jack. You know why? It was never on court records. So basically, it never happened. People do that to do an agreement. Like, okay, instead of it going out there, being on record, and being on record means that anybody can pick it up at judgment, and they can go get take that judgment and go to a debt collector or execute judgment on your stuff. But if it was in a court's chambers with you and the judge and the other person, you're talking and nothing's on record, just y'all talking, doesn't make a difference. Especially if you didn't sign anything. And if you did sign something, what I advise you not to do, because again, they can't do anything once you're in there at all, period. But I've had friends of mine that had to go to a situation. I said, look, they get you in the chamber, don't sign jack at all. Because they don't sign anything, they can't touch you. On top of that, it's a verbal agreement. Nothing was on court record, so it doesn't technically exist. So there's nothing they can do about it. That is actually true. But if they get you in a courtroom and it is on record, it is documented, you are screwed on so many levels it's not even funny, because now it shows there's a document of you actually going to court and losing, and a judgment being awarded to the other person, which you have to pay now. And that person can go into any place, execution of judgment, you can go to a debt collector, whoever you want, pay the money and get your stuff. That's what's going to happen to these guys. So if you can sit there and say, oh, I don't have that kind of money, it doesn't make a difference. They're going to come in there with a black truck, maybe a flatbed, or whatever you're going to do, take your car, and they're going to take everything that they can take that's going to come close to where you owe. And what you don't have, what's left over, they're going to put liens on you, massive liens. They're going to freeze your banking accounts, all that stuff, your credit cards, debit cards. They're going to take your income tax. They can take your income tax. They can garnish your paycheck. They can take your death insurance. They can take college money. They can take whatever they want until you pay it up. So you'll be living with, like, it's like the equivalence of having a boulder on top of your head and slowly being crushed. That's what your life is going to become. If you don't go to jail and you're still working, it's like paying child support. You're going to have to pay it. They're going to garnish your paycheck. They get a percentage of everything you make. So you'll be working for them for the rest of your life until you pay them off. The only way you'll get out of that debt is you pass off the earth. That's the only way. So if you sit there and you laugh about it saying, well, I don't have the money. No, they're going to make your life rough. Extremely rough. And forget about your credit score. That's gone. That's going to drop down to zero. So that's why they put those massive liens on you, because once you get a lien for like $1 million, that's not good at all. That's going to show up on every, you'll be flagged in every bank everywhere. You can't go anywhere with $1 million lien over top of your head. Can't get a house, can't get a car, can't get jack. The good thing about it is, it's kind of iffy. Sometimes it can pass over to the other spouse, but they're married. Sometimes it can. It depends on how it goes. That's what it is. It's either it can happen or it may not happen. And some women in that situation, or some men in that situation, if their significant other did something like this that could potentially damage their future, they divorce. They separate themselves. That's how they get out of it. They divorce. Now you're really jacked up. You lost the love of your life. You got sued, and possibly you could go to jail in the process. So again, yeah, it's bad. I've seen people break down and cry in court. We go to court. Took some of the few people to court for touching things on touch. And I've seen people, Mr. Fernando, like I said, I know your future coming up because I've been to court. This is nothing new. I've sued people before for this, for touching my copyrights, and I've seen it all. I've seen people cry. I've seen people beg. I've seen people do all kinds of stuff. People are all high and mighty until you walk into a courtroom, you're sitting in front of a judge, and you realize, oh, shoot, this is real. Yeah, it's very real. And then when you're hit with that judgment, and then that processes through your head that we don't have that kind of money, then this is where things are going to get rough. Because now your livelihood you used to have no longer exists. You owe Mr. Bird now. You have to pay me. All right, this is the dumb stuff we recorded on this guy. Even tried to say he had we had one fellow that was claiming to be an attorney. Oh, by the way, buddy, you're going to be contacted soon also too. You basically posed that you was an attorney for Mr. Fernando, and you're not an attorney. So we had voice recordings of you basically contacting our company claiming to be an attorney. So Jamie, they're going to put some pressure on you on that. He's going to give up. Put it this way. To the person who did that, Jamie's going to squeal like the family pig. He's going to tell on everybody. He doesn't look like the type of person who does well under pressure. You can see he cracks really quick. He deletes stuff. He gets rid of stuff. That's what he does. He runs. So he's going to squeal like there's no tomorrow. All right, this is self-matching house paint. This is what we don't want then today. This nonsense. Look at this. This is absolutely horrible. Like I said, and for instance, for the customers who purchased this product, say you just purchased this product, let's say, a week ago after he removed his website. What are you doing? Anybody who bought this stuff recently? We got to dig up some people and see who bought this stuff recently. Because you're in trouble. You have a product that matched the house paint, and the owner is nowhere to be found. Or maybe you can email him. That may work. You have to email him. Contact him. How you going to ask him any questions? No, can't? All right. I thought so. That's what happens when companies don't do what they're supposed to do. They no longer exist. Some come through, they don't exist because someone makes some really bad decisions that they shouldn't have made, and pretty much their sites went down. We got here mail fraud. Mail fraud, Mr. Fernando. Keep in mind, they've got 7 years to come after you, but I think it'll be quicker than 7 years. So your statute of limitations on mail fraud are not up. Just because you think that a year goes by or 2 years goes by, it's 7 years. We got to call in and basically get the update on all that so we can get that rolling. See where they're at on your case. Let me see. Shipping scam right here shows here documented on your website. Keep in mind, I told you can't get rid of this. So we have all this documented on your website. You can get rid of your site. All this is here. You'll still be prosecuted for this. It shows that you did it. That's like hitting somebody with a car and then taking the car down and get it melted or burned to the ground or whatever you're going to do to get rid of it. But people took pictures of it. People clearly saw your vehicle license plate slam into a vehicle, damage it, and then take off. It doesn't make a difference what you do to the car. You can basically sell it, you can strip it down, you can melt it. The fact that somebody has a document of you doing the deed and basically information that it is you, you're done. It's called evidence. And you have evidence on you, a lot of it. So this is from PayPal, showing the shipping policy, basically designed to rip his customers off. Here's demonstrations, but I'm pretty sure these videos also went missing, but we have them. And these videos went missing anyway. He took them off the account before he actually got rid of his account. We started deleting videos off his account. This is the Sherwin-Williams. No, Bear. This is the Bear server screen scam. And this right here is Network Grade 773 scam. Can't get out of that, man. You're stuck. Janelle's paint. This is fraud. Fraud, like I said, fraud statute of limitations for 7 years. So we got to file these against this company. And it's on the company, he deleted the company. They're going to ask you why you deleted the company. And by the substantial evidence that we have against you with perjury and all the charges and your company that you use to abuse and go out and basically dox on people, your address, dox my family's address, post my face on your address, flash pornography on your website, clearly shows you abused your site. And you know what you did by deleting your site? You made our lawsuit for Wix a lot more faster because it shows guilt that you removed your site. Now, if Wix didn't have to remove your site and you removed it due to the fact that you have all these problems with the law, this makes it show at the end of the day that when we're reporting to Wix that you were a problem and you need to be removed, that we were right 100%, including the evidence we were sending over to them, which means you got me a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for Wix. Got a lot of money in my pocket for that one. So you see right here, products matching left and right. And mind you, he's using a 4K laser projector. He's using the P2. A high-performance projector that matched house paint clearly in the demonstration. And he's on the run. But, again, in the process, for your customers who you left out in the cold and you burnt in the process, and you burnt his customers, how are any of you going to get this mess fixed with your screen paints? Well, from what I checked, when we looked for customers, we couldn't find any customers unless the timeline when this video was made, which was the last one, which was within Network Grade 772, we couldn't find any customers at all. So apparently, customers caught on that this stuff is house paint. This is where we made his products. We took the black and white paint mixture, which is for the Metallica 2.0. And we made his UV mix and his, what's it called? Metallica Mix 2.0, personal mix we were able to make, all from 2 different ingredients. They match perfectly. Perfect. And this one we bought, customer actually sent that to us right there. We ordered that one, but a customer sent us this one. We matched it. It even matched the Sherwin-Williams. We did the Sherwin-Williams test. It matched the Sherwin-Williams. We did 3 paints. He did 1. He didn't want to do any more after that. This is a product that was shipped in from a customer. That's one up there that matched his free mix and also matched the Sherwin-Williams right here. Metallica Mix 2.0. Demonstration missing. This is the benefits of a gray screen versus this product. There was no real benefit. He had to be right on top of the screen to show you a difference between this product and a white screen. Another video that went missing. This is also where you made claims that we were scammers. This is on the 38 Black Widow. That involves another lawsuit right there. They want to request receipts to see if you have receipts on that. This is Mr. Solid Weight, Mr. McAfee. Mr. McAfee, this is a very serious charge right here we have. 7 years we have to come after you. I warned you, didn't I? We have you here with your face next to fake receipts that you went in and documented that you had my product. This is how serious this is. This fellow went in and made fake receipts, claiming that he bought a product from us. Did a fake unboxing using the United States Postal Service, which we found out now is basically involving mail fraud because you did use the box to commit this crime. I'm thinking that, okay, if he sends it, he said no. The fact that the box was involved in a criminal case, that means that they can get you with fraud. So, good luck with all that one. So it took his face right next to the receipts. Then we have in the video, not only did he get busted, but you can see in the video where he's deleting videos off his account at a rapid pace. We go in, videos are missing left and right because, again, he's trying to delete the account because he got caught. All this now, evidence against you. We're following fraud charges against you, cyber crimes against you. As soon as, let's see, these are new charges we're going to bring in because we got the other ones already filed. That's with the FBI, and that's involving the identity theft nonsense. And mind you, these guys all know each other. They're all affiliated with each other. They all know each other. He was actually in Crowcast with him, along with Rogers, and along with Crow. This is what I told you. They consider that to be a ring of scamming, or a scamming ring. Because all these guys knew each other. And their plot was to get together to take me out. Which, again, I'm going to use some serious charges for that. Gentlemen, this sounds, I'm going to say how bad this sounds. 3 of you got together, and Mr. Matthews, say 4, but mostly 3, you 2, and Mr. Williams, let's not forget you. You guys all got together to start some kind of conspiracy to try to put my company out of business. Doing multiple fake demonstrations against products you didn't own, spreading false lies about my company, everything you possibly could, and spreading this information, this lies, all over the internet. So, trust me when I tell you that you are never going home. Ever, when we get done with you. You will spend the remaining of the lifetime that you have on this earth in a prison cell. Because it's bad. It's extremely bad. And all you guys know each other. Not good. Now, tell me, the stuff you see on the blacklist, if a judge saw this, how do you think the reaction would be? Not going to go well. As I told you, they're never getting out. They got federal charges on. Federal charges are really, really bad. All right, let me see what we got here. Now you thought because you deleted your video, I told you copy your stuff. You copy all your videos just to make sure your stuff doesn't go disappear. Get rid of your channel. We got access to everything. There we go. Videos being deleted. This is stuff right here matching the Sherman Williams. The videos missing. This is you claiming to have a 39 Black Widow. I am expecting to have my receipts for this, Mr. Fernando. No receipts means jail time. This is Mr. Wake's channel right here, showing him doing demonstrations, claiming to have our product after doing a fake unboxing and actually forging our company's, trying to make a forgery of our company's receipt. That's forgery. You have forgery charges and identity theft. Does that sound like free man to you? That doesn't sound like free man to me. So right here showing your account and then showing people making comments at the bottom about how you're basically keep up the good job of exposing us. Not going to go well. And we gave him an opportunity. We gave him a way out, and he didn't take it. So what did I say on camera? Mr. Daniel McAfee. I want you to listen if you're in the room, and maybe if you later on you listen to this. Remember what I told you? I told you at the end of the day, if you disappeared, and you were going bye-bye, we would drop all charges, right? If I told you that you didn't go bye-bye, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to bury you under a prison. Now you're going to get buried under a prison. Because I just found out that we have 7 years to get you on that charge over there, and it's open case now. And your face is sitting right next to the receipts, showing that you made that claim. And not only did you make the claim, you took a picture right next to the evidence. That's like me robbing the bank with my identification sitting right on my chest, my social security printed right across my chest, and me holding the bank, 2 bags in my hand, showing me robbing the bank with the name of the bank on it, right in front of the bank, with no mask on. That's literally what you just did. So how are you going to tell a judge at the end of the day that's not you, but your face and the thumbnail on your channel and showing you deleting videos trying to hide evidence after getting caught on forging a fake receipt claiming to be yours. It doesn't sound nice, does it? It really doesn't. So you just forfeited your house, because I will take it now, and everything else I'm definitely going to take. And sad thing about it is we have his Facebook account, which again matches his face right here in these videos. And again, he has kids. He'll never see them again, unless they come down to visit him. But, you know, you can't blame anybody about that at the end of the day. You can't come at us and say, well, he's a ruthless person at the end of the day because, you know, he wants to take me to court and take everything from me. Like I say, he cried and whined on one video telling me he's going to take my house. Well, yeah, we're taking your house now. And I gave you the opportunity. Everybody saw on YouTube gave you the opportunity. You didn't take it. So you got no one to blame. People come back and say, well, you're an idiot because he sat there and said after all the stuff you did, he let you go. And you sent a postcard to my sister's house. So, guess what? That one postcard cost you everything. Hope it was worth it. Alright, what do we have here? More stuff on Jamie. More rip-off stuff. Crow caught hiding videos and evidence right here. So we got agencies now coming to the blacklist to look up stuff. Because there's a lot of stuff we have here. They tried to get the site removed. They did. They tried to. They can't do it. Nothing here violates anything at all whatsoever. It's you doing the committing crimes. This is the Metallica 2.0 free house paint mixture. This is what it got his eBay account removed. Over here shows him matching house paint again, selling the product. Google Images. Yeah, him and Partey both ripped off Google Images. It's like you guys have the same similar activity when y'all sell stuff. And this is Mr. Danny Rogers. This is your section. Danny Rogers shows multiple refunds, copyright fraud, where his copyrights are not existing, where he faked to have real copyrights, more cancellations, products matching. Actually, this is the goopity-goo. This is where the product's half water, 16 ounces of water, 16 ounces of paint, ripping off customers. This is where he deleted his marketplace. This is right here again, asking about range gain. Again, emailing him about range gain and messaging him, get no reply back. Mr. Lee, you're going to pop up here too, and the reason why you're going to be up here, Mr. Lee, is because we requested for you to basically give us information on range gain, and you couldn't do this at all whatsoever. So we can show at the bottom that customers don't even know what range gain is. How did you buy something that you didn't know what it was? You didn't ask any questions whatsoever? Of course you didn't ask any questions. You agreed to do this so that way you can show that the customer actually has it and they can do a review so they can continue to scam people on this range gain, which makes you a part of this. Oh well, good luck to you. And keep in mind, they can expedite you from England over here to the United States. So it can definitely happen. If this involves FBI, they get involved in this, it becomes a federal incident, you're going to get expedited. And Mr. Rogers, you can be expedited over to England. If you can't prove at the end of the day, come off this whole scam, and you're going to have to remove it off your website by making states that your stuff is made by scratch, and you make these chemicals that you're shipping to the United States Postal Service. You know how much trouble you can get into for shipping a chemical to the United States Postal Service that's not properly tested? You have a lot of agencies on your front door. And we have proof of a customer in England that has it. It means you went through customs with this stuff. You know what customs does to a person? You know what happens if you ship an item through customs and you make a claim like that? Mr. Rogers, they will come for you. You will get a notice for them to come. You have to be expedited. And mind you, laws over there are different than laws over here. So, yeah, not going to go well for you. Right here again, asking again. He closes his website. So he closes his website for a little bit. We got a 503 error. We pulled the site down for a little bit and then brought it right back up. Trying to throw stuff on a trail. Again, people try to hide stuff at the end of the day are people that have something to hide because they're trying to rip you off. So there's his website right there. Going to the site. We're going to go to the message board and send him out again. And then came back in and he basically, wow, we got everything in this video, man. We got the paint down demonstration. Mind you, this is the video that also went missing off the account. This shows McAfee painting the screen in. Now, mind you, McAfee, again, you can say I never got the item. We can show here your face on the video showing you had the item. We have your video right here. This is where you deleted this account. You deleted this account when Jamie got served by the process server and you got scared and you removed all the videos off your account. That's what you did. You deleted all of them. And this was one of the videos. So if you sit there and you think at the end of the day that, oh, he can't get me, he don't have the video, I deleted it. We do have your videos. A lot of them. Showing clearly that you got this product and you opened it up, even showed up the container. It's sitting right on your table. That's your channel right here. So no, you're done, man. Come on, you're done. It even shows you stalking my company. There's several videos of us coming up over and over and over again in your videos, clearly showing you were cyber stalking my company. So all those videos you got rid of, you thought you got rid of it, now we got copies of all your stuff. You know, you don't get away that easy. Come on now. The fact that you had deleted, why did you delete it? What was the purpose of it all? You couldn't keep it there, but you're afraid that someone was going to find out? Here we go. And this is the container right here, showing the container was shipped to you. All right? There we are. So, when we go to court, we take him to court, basically showing about the other part with Homeland Security, about how this chemical that he claims that he made from scratch was actually transported overseas to another country and over here in the United States. It was shipped out. Because the first thing I asked is, was this product shipped? Yeah, it was. We have proof of it. We have an unboxing with the same symbol on it right here, showing up over here, and the over in the United States under McAfee. Which now you're going to be brought in for questioning on that, and you're going to sit there and say, well, I don't know him, when you do. We got your own Crowcast. Have a nice little conversation. I got to put that on there too, the Crowcast. I'm going to put on there too. Bum, bum, bum. And fake paints, man. All right, so bottom line, we got to show you the history, people, and why we got to come in and change all this. Why we're bringing up these new screens. The gray paint, a better gray paint. I can't say it's gray. We're going to do something crazy with it, as we always do. We never do anything normal. Make a better product, because again, you don't want to get ripped off by these guys. Look at this. Product matching. Mind, this is supposed to be our 2.0. This is supposed to be the Series C. This is supposed to be our Black Phantom paint. And again, you're getting sued for this one too, also too, Mr. Rogers. Because again, and also McAfee, because you made clear my name, Kenneth Bird. You said my name crystal clear, and you tied me to this right here. Right? All right then. Lawsuit. And Mr. Rogers, this is your product that he's doing a review for you, and showing that you guys all know each other. You can say, hey, some random guy on YouTube decided to do some demonstration for me. I don't know this guy. Oh, no, not really. We got him in Crowcast having a conversation with the guy. They all know each other pretty well. There you go. See, there's no one out. Remember I told you about the theory of a rat being trapped in a mason jar? Nowhere to go? That's literally what we do to people. When you take them to court, there's nowhere to go. Substantial amount of evidence. On top of that, claiming that your paint is supposed to be black when actually it's gray. We got the video of McAfee screaming and cursing in one of the videos about how we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, it goes on and on. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we go. Oh, we just got to the server. No, I did that. I hit the back button to the other button instead. We did a black ones here. Wait. Just got to the forward server on it. There we go. Now, our list started off with knockoff projectors, because again, we were doing against the WeMax projector. Mr. Matthews, just so you know, I did the WeMax projector way before you had it. I had it when they first came out. We had a customer buy one and try to use it on our product, and it didn't go well. That's how we found out years ago that these projectors don't work. And this is why we posted on the website that not to use these projectors with our screen paints, because they come up dark and unwatchable, which I told you in an email several times that it wouldn't work. You proceeded to use our screen paints on that projector and call us scammer and rip-off artists. Yeah, that's considered fraud, and clearly told you it's not going to work. I had that projector before you had that projector. Customer had it, and this is what they sent to us. That's how we found out they wouldn't work with the projectors, this particular projector. So we went in, made them a silver high-tech product to work with their screen, and traded for the pictures they use onto one other people that it won't work with this projector. We literally have it on the site. We have it in big writings everywhere on the website telling people we don't support these machines in any way whatsoever. But did you listen to me? No. You went out and bought it. It didn't work, as we told you it wouldn't work, but you went hooked up with Jamie and decided to spread these false lies against me. So you're going to be sued for over a couple of $1 million, which we know you don't have. And I plan to take it all from you, including give you lengthy jail time for your actions. I'm requesting 30 years. To make me happy, through the ordeal that I've been through with Jamie and everybody else, which is mental anguish at the end of the day and mental stress, I'm requesting a timeline that I need from the judge to give you 30 years. Anything with I'll take 10 years, I'll take 20, but we want 30. Not going to go for you. At the end of the day, it's not going to go well. The fact that you're linked in with these guys is going to make it far worse. It's like someone robbing a bank. They killed 3 people inside and you're the driver. You're going to get time just like they're going to get time. Maybe a little less, but you're still going to get time. And that's where you're sit at. You're going to get some time. And because of the stature of how many people are involved, how many people were attacking the company, and the fact that you were also involved in this mess, we want 30 years. And I think we're going to get it. My lawyer's going to get it. Because we can go back and show the judge that how will we know this stuff doesn't work? We had a projector, WeMax, when they came out from a customer who showed us it didn't work. And I was like, okay, this is when we found out about these projectors. I thought it would work. Came back in, sent them a silver product, fixed the mistake, and said, look, send me back some pictures so that we can post to the site to warn people not to go near these projectors. And that's what he did for the trade. So when the pictures came in, we posted them to the site, warned people, hey, it doesn't work. We had a customer. It didn't work at all. And this is the result. This is the same result you showed in the video. The screen didn't come up. It came up dirty. Of course, we have it everywhere on our site for anyone to see, to tell them, don't use these projectors. They don't work. To protect ourselves and to keep the customer from buying something that, again, it's not potentially going to work. You didn't listen, did you? No, you thought that you were being slick and you could get away with it. By the way, you're still living at the same address. I had somebody check into it. And we know you live at the same address. I have to make sure that when the charges are filed, we know exactly where he's at, so we can have a process server come and get done for the server. So we didn't move, he's still there. You know, it's funny, I told you that we got some people got nasty with people in my family, and one of them's a bounty hunter. He can't wait to go hunt Jamie. He can't wait. He's looking for you. He hopes you basically don't show up for court. Now you got another problem on your hands. See, being smart and being nasty. Matter of fact, he's going to punt all of you. He's going to track down every last one of you. Bring you in. If he finds out, if it comes up, if I come and tell him, look, they didn't show up for court and there's a bench warrant, he's going to come for you. And he's going to do it for free. Good luck. He's an ex-Marine, so yeah, good luck on that one. Since you want to talk trash, see, that's why I said, be careful about what you say out of your mouth. Talking nonsense, texting me about the Marine, talking trash about him, this, that, and the other. Now you got these serious criminal charges coming your way, and if you miss one of these, he can get an order to come get you. And now you get a chance to meet him. Be careful of things you say out of your mouth. They come to life, just like that. You probably thought, I'll curse this guy out. I'll never see him. We have charges on you, gentlemen, at the end of the day. You realize that. Horrible. Didn't work for Jack. Another projector. Was the movie Go or movie? No, what was it? Bow projector. Bowmaker? Bowmaker. That was a projector right here. We had a customer. We told him don't do it. He said, look, if I do it and it doesn't work, you know what I mean? It's my fault. But I said, look, we'll hook you up. We'll send you out a silver for it. This will help your projector work. You'll pick up the contrast, all that you want, you know, fair contrast and everything. Just send us over the pictures so we can have them up there. I got to title these better. This is supposed to be titled so you can tell exactly what projector is. But yeah, these are the pictures from the Bowmaker. Didn't do well at all, period. Another projector that doesn't work. But anyway, as I said before, look, it's not 2025 is going to be a bad year. 2025 and 2026, these lawsuits, and we're going to be going in and out of court for quite some time. It's going to be a big. They think it's going to be something that's going to happen overnight. No, gentlemen, you got so much stuff. Jamie has literally so much stuff on him. This guy's going to show up in a prison uniform when we go back to court. He's going to go to jail. He's got to come back for the charges. He's got a lot of charges on him. On top, like I said, I told you, my family members, you posted their address to the website. They're suing you. They're filing charges against you. The people own the building that you posted, their building, they're suing you. They're filing charges against you. No, it's not going to go well. Running is not going to help you. Not going to help you. Not going to help you. It did too much. And then deleting the videos to try to get away from it all just made it even worse for him. So now you see why, when I tell you why, we got to come up with a better product. We got to fix this mess. These guys caused a lot of damage lying. Mr. Williams, another person caught in that conspiracy. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff on you, man. We got you attacking our company's accounts, email accounts. There wasn't posing as a minister, which you are not. That's another charge right there on top of it. You got a lot of problems coming your way. Multiple accounts of post office mail fraud. We got sealed letters with your fingerprints on the inside. And good luck getting around those. And they're 20 years a pop for each one of those. You're never getting out. That's what I say. You guys got some. Mind you, once they hit one, it's a domino effect. They strike the first one, and looking at the chart, your names are on that. I thought they were going to separate them when we filed the charges. No, they put them all on one charge. So when they do Jamie's, your name is going to come up, and they got to do an investigation on you guys. Or we'll send them over all the information they need to get that party started. Here we go. 503 server. We're basically Mr. McAfee got upset and angry and removed his website for a couple of minutes to try to throw us off, to try to make it look like he got rid of the site when he's continued to still scam and rip off his customers. That doesn't help you, Mr. Rogers, because Mr. Rogers, it shows that we clearly can show that we've been contacting you, asking you about the range game, and you haven't been responding back at all. None at all, nothing. You hacked my email account because we've gotten nasty letters from you, which we can prove to the court. You have been reaching out to us and send us nasty threatening letters about this right here that you want us to remove it. Told you don't send stuff to my account. Then I just tell you that we use it against you in court. So we can clearly show that we got a 503 error showing you trying to throw us off the trail and hide the website for a couple of minutes and bring it back on to continue scamming and ripping off people with a range game that doesn't exist. Because that's how it's going to be looked at. You may have done it to probably get me upset in a stream. No, you've given me more evidence. It clearly shows that you try to hide it for a couple of minutes so that way you can throw off a scent, much like Jamie did when you lied about moving. And we know how that turned out. Here we go. More asking for range gain. Now down here, we're going to put down customers who cannot back up the range gain, which is Mr. Lee. You're going to pop up here because we did request and ask you several times. When we contact the other fellow who did the testing, we're going to ask him and request him what is range gain. Can you do a video showing this? If he refuses, it's not going to go well for him either. Anyone that touches that paint is tainted. Alright, let me see. We're going to go over. I got to do these trash projectors, so I got to order me a couple of knockoff projectors for viewing. But if I do the projectors, I'm probably going to do them in a commercial, but then they don't use them in commercials. We got to use them like, they should work in commercial. You talking about having a freaking 40,000 lumen setup on it, it should work. So we're going to take them to, I'm going to take one of a couple of commercials and test them out for our trash projectors. I want to do a segment on that. We're going to be advancing the pages. We're going to be adding in pretty soon our black on black test for a page. I'm going to do one for my unboxing. We can do unboxing, black on black, all on the same page. We break them down in segments. And what else do I want to do? Another one I want to do too. Well, the challenges. That's another page for the challenge. We'll do a challenge for that one. All right, let me see. Let's go to our home page here. There it is, 2.0. This is the testing we did on a 2.0, which again is a challenge, which has not been met yet by any screen paint. It was a challenge for all screen paints. That's a 2.0. See how much light we have in that environment? You guys are sitting there in these super dark environments going, look at the color, look at the contrast. Please, give me a break. So we did a low, and this test was a low lumen test, certified screen test White level test and color test. Mr. Fernando, remember your paint was basically batch numbered before it was sent to you. So you did a video, you and Mr. Danny did videos claiming that my product at the end of the day was, what's the word for it? It was fraudulent, even though you had a batch number, clearly showing your product was working perfectly fine. Other customers did come in with the same product showing the product was working perfectly fine. So with that being said, $50,000 lawsuit coming your way for both of you. Gentlemen, you're going to be hit with lawsuits after being hit with lawsuits. You ever been sued on top of being sued? It's going to be ugly. You already got to worry about one lawsuit. You got multiple lawsuits coming at you. Also, Mr. Phantom HD, you were caught in a video claiming to have a product of ours, which is supposed to be, I think it was 38 black. What do you claim to have? So I thought we wouldn't be able to touch you, but under the guidelines for 7 years under fraud, we can come get you. So guess what? I'll be reaching out to you too. Doesn't pay to know these guys, does it? I mean, anybody who basically gets involved in these guys really get jacked up, don't they? They lose their shirts in this, man. So how in the world did you call yourself testing a Digital 2.0 in your dark apartment, and we have it here in a fully lit environment? That's what I find interesting. Contrast levels versus your screen paint right here and a certified screen. Color level tests. You don't do these, do you? No, you don't do these. You don't do color level tests at all, period. White paper, your screen certified. You go check it out. We have it on the list. So we have our. Now you see where the ultra short throw is missing? This is me breaking out a long throw. We got 1,000 lumen demonstration. That's a low lumen test, ultra short throw test. So that projector drops back around 16 feet from where I'm at in that environment. It can fire up. That's a 2.0. Gray screen paint can do that. And that was an advanced ambient light rejection paint. This is going to be an FLE. Now, as we do these test demonstrations, we'll be challenging other grade paints to complete the exact same test we're doing. White surface test. Now, for the person that said my product had a low color balance, are you kidding me? I can drop 1,000 lumens in the environment. I'm definitely going to have to talk with them about that. He's going to have to basically figure something out because, again, we need to see receipts. And, again, I can do that test in court easily at 1,000 lumens and show that I can basically show better color than Certify or any other screen. And you can't back that up. I'm going to sue you. So you know that from the door for slandering my company. And since you're influencer, you have a lot of pull at the end of the day. It shows that more people had contact to that video showing the false information you put against my company. So I will be suing you. So you better figure something out by Monday. You don't reach out to me, I will reach out to you, and you will not like it. As you can see, if you go to my blacklist, I'm very thorough in collecting information. So again, unless you want to be a rat caught in a mason jar that's super glued on and no way to get out with any air holes, I would suggest you basically contact us. Talking about, oh, but you came out on top. I don't care if I came out on top. Get it correct. Look at this. Now, Jamie couldn't even do this. This is a Starfield demonstration. Fully lit environment at 1,000 lumens white level demonstration. Color level test versus also certified. I make a gray screen paint product. It's not only going to be designed to take out any other gray screen next to it, but it'll knock out a couple of certifieds in the process. One of these screens is a Dark Star 9 that we took out. A gunmetal technology. And the reason why it's so cheap is because it's gray. That's why. As I told you before, gray screen's an obsolete product. It is. And if we do make it advanced, at the end of the day, it's still obsolete. Under our guard, it's obsolete. We don't consider it to be an advancement under our technology. But yeah, I could reverse engineer all their stuff and make it like this. And use this to blow out their product. But I thought it'd be much funner because we take a Phoenix and we launch a Phoenix out, they're not going to handle a black screen that can generate in that kind of light. They can't even handle the light they're at now. But it'd be much more funner if we make a gray paint to go against a gray paint. Now, if you think it's going to be regular gray, there's nothing that we do is normal. You need to know that for now. It's going to be gray. It's just going to be interesting gray. Interesting gray, or should we say exotic gray? So, Jamie, you did this demonstration on an ultra short throw projector, 2,000,000:1 dark environment. I'm doing this demonstration on my gray screen paint on 1,000 lumens, 720p, 600 by 800 res projector at 16 feet in a max out zone versus a certified screen, several certified screens, gray screens, and your screens all at the same time. And I'm registering a contrast level better than your P2. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did he ever do this demonstration? No, he can't do this demonstration. It's a challenge. You know this thing's a challenge, right? We even repeated your demonstration you did on the your screen paint product you claimed you did in a dark environment that has a yellowish tone attached to it, which had no yellowish tone in any way whatsoever. Yeah. So, even the playing field a bit. That's what we did with the gray paint the first time we did the Edition 1 2.0. Edition 1 was on a 2.0, but Digital 1, this will be an FLE Digital 1. See what the results on the other one is, right? Whole entire test was done, fully lit. Yeah. This is how your gray paint should be reacting. That's why I keep telling you, get the freak out of the dark. Why are you in the dark with contrast? Oh, it's just so sad. It's so sad that people believe that they have to be in that dark environment all day long. It's just so sad. You don't have to be in that dark environment. They're ripping you off. No, even though this technology can do something that other paints can do, how come we're not charging $100, $200 for it? Because again, it's a gray paint. Yeah. We developed this black technology. There's a difference between the two. I can develop this technology, use it to level everybody else's gray paint, and take this and knock that out with no problem. The issue problem we have with gray paints at the end of the day that they talk about things that they can't do. Every time I watch and look at their pictures, I always see a picture in the dark showing the screen, and then in a full environment, the projector's off and they're just showing the screen. You're giving off fake information. So I think it would be much more for us, to be interesting for us and a challenge. If we take a black screen out and we do this, how are they going to survive that? Gunmetal's can't survive against black technology. So yeah, it's going to be too easy. But how about we do it this way? And also, too, consumers can get a good deal at the same time. We develop a high-tech gray screen paint. We knock out everybody else. And then we take our technology to show the advancements on why our black technology is more superior than gray. I think that works better for me. Then on top of that, we get to have some fun. We get to go against screens at the end of the day that probably may beat our screen at the end of the day. Who even knows? This is going to be exciting. I love it. And then on top of that, of course, we got to do this in a commercial environment. That's commercial environment. The lightings we had in there were extremely bright, as you can see. So this would be fun. And on top of that, we can do some gray paints against our product. Do the Sherwin-Williams, the Network Gray, all those, man. That'd be fun. Now, see, why couldn't you have gotten that added too when they were making them gray screen paint products? You didn't get any of that kind of energy, did you? Nah. I'm going to beat the crap out of Apple Bottom. I'm going to beat all the paints that we told you to do. This is how embarrassing. I'm going to embarrass you so bad, you're going to have to come back on YouTube. That's how bad I'm going to embarrass you, but you can't come back. You're going to have to use a fake account or whatever. It's going to eat him alive. Like, oh my goodness, man, this guy online, boy, I'm telling you. Well, look, man, don't worry about us online. Worry about your front door, because you never know who's going to come knocking at that door. Processor is going to pop up there pretty soon, so don't worry about that. What you need to worry about is court and lawsuits and stuff like that. That's what you need to concentrate on right now. And the other people that are suing you. Other agencies that are hunting you down. You need to worry about that first. The screen paint is the farthest thing from you right now. Until then, we'll clean up your mess that you made. Make a better product. Challenge all the other gray screen paints out there on the market. produce better contrast. Mind you, if I can take out a certified, you know at the end of the day, you're going to have a problem against one of our screens if it's gray. They can take out certifieds. And that right there, my friend, you see right there? Right there in the corner? That's a Dark Star 9. That's Daylight's Parallax right there. See, the difference between their technology is you have contrast shifting capabilities. Y'all don't have that. You don't have shifting capabilities. We do. We got screens that can mimic contrast levels. I did that here in the office. I showed the screen that was a different color that was able to pull up a contrast level that came up super dark. Drop it on the floor, it's just basically a lighter screen. Stand it up in the light, move from side to side. It doesn't change color. It stays the same, basically debunking chameleon paint. We do this in demonstrations all the time. So the Lord bless us with a technology to make lighter screens to produce a higher contrast level, even though they don't have the ability to produce the Infinity One. With that saying, I can make a lighter paint to have the ability to actually shift. And you can stand in front of it and move from side to side. It'll still stay light. When the projector hits it, it shifts. You don't have that technology. That's why you couldn't complete the challenge that we gave you. And the best way for Fernando, which is the only paint he purchased from us, is the reason why we're going to get him on $50,000 with a batch number, because when we sent it to him with a signature confirmed, which only he could sign for. So we have a signature with his name signing for the paint, him doing the faulty acts. So now he's going to have to go to court, and he's going to have to prove that out of a 5-gallon container, you're the only ones that came out faulty. Which we have another guy called John T that came in and showed that the paint was working perfectly fine. He didn't like Jamie's demonstration. That's what you have to understand. When you're doing fraudulent acts against my product, there are other people who have my stuff. And they're watching your demonstration going, that's not true. I have it right here. That's a complete lie. So, again, people know him as what he is. He's just a person who just scams people, try to get over on them. And anything that enters that apartment, Jamie will manipulate it, mess with it, tamper with it, whatever he can do, or lie about it to try to make his product look good. Mind you did this in the apartment. Keep in mind, you committed these crimes in your apartment. We have multiple videos showing you committing these acts in your apartment, which means with the criminal charges sitting on top of them and the process service coming to your front door, Mr. Fernando, you are definitely looking at an eviction from your landlord. And again, another problem with the eviction from the landlord, people, I told you, it's a domino effect. We're going to basically reach out to the landlord. We have to have a little talk with them. And this conversation with the landlord, I'm going to let him know that your LLC sits on his building and it is delinquent, which means that he is going to request for you to remove it. Who the heck is going to say for you to keep? He's not going to have you keep it there. He wants it off his building. Problem is, you can't liquidate the LLC as easy as you did the website due to the fact that you are missing documents. And in order to contact them, you're going to have to show that your company has been around for 5 months when clearly it's not. So that's going to cause some problems. Domino effect. See the problem you got himself into? It's like watching someone paint themselves in a corner. Like literally, like starting off from here and just painting themselves into a little tiny corner where they have to stand on their tippy toes. That's literally where he's at. It's like watching someone who's being chained down in a lake and they got just enough water just to breathe, just to tap their noses to get air. That's literally what he did to himself. Jeez, I've seen people self-destruct, but good gracious. But Jamie, we'll come in and fix the problem. What are you going to do? Come back online and say that, oh, his product's a scam? You're already in enough trouble as it is. You better hide, man. You should have did that a long time ago. You should have did that a long time ago. We sent you the cease and desist order from the attorney telling you to back down. Monday morning, this Monday, Mr. Fernando, I'm walking down into the prosecutor's office. The guy basically, he works for the federal offices and stuff like that. And I'm going to begin the process of filing for federal court for 2 counts of copyright infringement. I'll be handing them over all the documents we have here, printing out everything we have on the computer to give to him so he can get ready to start the process for that. You're looking at it easy, 80 years. 80 years is easy what you're going to get. That's easy. Man, remember I showed you about that cop that got in trouble and they gave him 250 years? You can get 250 years easy. You have more accounts than him at the end of the day. You have copyrights on your head right now. You're looking at it easy, 80 years from one of them. And then you did two of them. You did my Black Series and you did my Crystal Edge. So you're looking at, you got 80 years for each one. That's 160 years in jail. And mind, we haven't even got to the post office charges yet. You got two of those. They carry 20 years a pop. The cyber crimes, how many times you sent pictures to me? We send you to court each time for one of those pictures. That's 10 years a pop. You're not going. That's why he's scared to death. He should be. But if you think, I want to let you know, if you think for at the end of the day that, hey, I got away with it, no. I'm sending some people to your front door. When they knock on your door and they say, process server, bam, 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 then you'll know that that you didn't get away with anything. When you can't leave your front door, when you can't go to work because there's a process server out there waiting for you, because they're going to know where you work at, because they got to figure out exactly where to serve you at. You go to a restaurant, you go to Disney World, you go anywhere, they're going to serve you. And I make sure that as they're all doing this, that they reach out to your landlord. And keep in mind, your neighbors are going to reach out to your landlord regardless, because someone's coming to someone's door and they're banging, they're saying process servers hitting the door over and over again. You know what that means, Mr. Fernando? It means they're going to contact the landlord and say, hey, look, the guy over in apartment E has constant people hitting his door. They're process servers. And before you say, Jamie, that, hey, you dox me? No, you're an idiot. He's such an idiot same day. I'm going to show you why. That everybody knows where Jamie's at, because Jamie's address is public domain, unless you moved. But I doubt you did. And I'll tell you why. You don't make enough money to move. You've been there for how long? And this is true. He's been there for a very long time. Not to be disrespectful, but he's been in the same spot so long that his kids grew up in an apartment. Nothing wrong with that. But again, if you're running a company at the end of the day, I think you would see some progress in finances actually moving from one place to the next. I've owned several houses. I've actually rented several houses out. So with that being said, you saw my progress from a little tiny room where I started off to my first house, second house, third house, fourth house, and then later on, I moved here and there. Now, you get a renter's history, right? When you move to different places, it's easy for you to get in places. I think I got into an apartment just like that. My apartment was far bigger than yours. My apartment was only 1,200 square feet. It had a vestibule when I walked into the front door, even though I hated that place like there was no tomorrow. But anyway, still, it's bigger than yours. You were 13 feet from your windows. I'm 18 feet. That's why my screen was at a massive 170 inches, because I had the room to hit at a long throw projector. And then again, he went into that nonsense with me, petty stuff. Oh, my apartment. Oh, shut up, for goodness sakes, man. You're like a little kid at the end of the day who wants to run faster to the block. Bottom line is that you try to make things rough for me at the apartment by making statements that, hey, I'll contact them, tell them that my LLC's on their building. Be careful what you say out of your mouth. What's happening now to you? All right, then. Your landlord's going to be contacted. And where's your LLC sitting at? On this building. California LLC search. So yeah, apartment E. Now, did you clean this thing up? We'll see if you cleaned it up. Now, it says in good standing. Good standing means it was in good standing when you applied for it. Right now, that little red writing that's popping up at the bottom, those are documents that have to be put in. You can't put the documents in because, again, it involves taxes. And the reason why he's going to have a problem with that is because he lied about his company by saying that it was around for 5 months, when technically it wasn't around for 5 months. It was around longer than that. And we have it documented, so if they bump into the videos, they can see exactly what we found out. So in order to liquidate your LLC, which right now I can liquidate an LLC right now if I want to. But I want to get rid of Black Series Edition, start another company, we have that right. We can do that. Because we filled out all the paperwork. I had an attorney go in. I filled out some. He filled out the other part. I wanted to know how it was done. So I went through all the process with him because, you know, learning at the end of the day, if I ever have to do it again, you know, I may have to pay him sometime. Go do it myself. But the filing stuff, I pretty much have to pay him because I'm not doing any filing. That stuff is nuts. So, but anyway, it's going to have to show those documents before you can get rid of it. It works much like Cinemax. It's Crow. It works much like, you know, if you have a bill and you want to upgrade your service or you want to cancel the bill, get rid of the bill altogether because you're working on your credit, you have to pay off the bill first. So that's how it works. Same thing. Same thing. You have to pay it off. They can't let it go unless you pay everything off. Crow Cinemax. Yeah, and they named the company Cinemax right after his own product. He wrote people off Cinemax Mix. LLC. There you go. Now here you click on here. This is where you go to. You go to California Secretary of State. You go to search, it'll pop up. And here you type in Crows Cinemax Mix LLC. At the bottom, this document will pop up here. 2 documents. You hit this one at the bottom. And right here, you will see that he's missing a document. Statement information due date is missing. And it's been missing since August the 20th of 2023. That's how long that document's been missing. And there's his address. Now, this shows that this address is under the address of the apartment complex that the process servers had to go through. And the address is your landlord's address. That's his. So you have this business as if it's your business running off his own business. This is going to become a problem. And since he's going to evict you from the building because you no longer won't be there anymore, that means you have to remove anything that has to do with you off his building. You can't have that there. It's going to pop up on his record too. They're going to pop up like, wait, who the freak is Crow Cinemax Mix LLC? Oh, it's a tenant of mine. His LLC's on the building. You got to get that off the building. He's got to remove it off the building. So if you can't remove it, because you can't remove it right now, unless you pop up this document, and if you pop up this document, it's going to show, bottom line is that you committed perjury because they're going to dig into your company. They're probably digging into it right now. He's going to get a lawyer and order you to remove it, which you can't. What are you going to do? If you take this number right here and you copy and paste and put it on Google, it brings up documents. Because that's his registration number. So let's go over here and we'll click in at the top. Let me see, right here, not certified request. It's a view history. It's one here, the view history. Hit view history. This is where we got the documents to send over to the court. Hit download. Your download will pop in. This is where you get the documents from on his business. When you hit download, you're gonna basically you open it up and boom, there you go. He made his public domain, so everybody has access to his information right here. So this is right here, the California State, and at the bottom, if you see right here, where it says limited liability company, and the name of the company right here, which is Crows Cinemax Mix LLC. Right here where it says initial street address of principal office LLC, which is basically principal address of his business, which we'll click here at the bottom, which is saying right here, this is where you live at, apartment E. That's where my process servers came and had to go serve you. And when the process server came to your door, they have to be on the phone with me the entire time when we were having this. I said, who came to the door? He said, a woman came to the door. I said, oh, that would be his wife. They heard him in the background and his wife come to the door. Mr. Big Bad Tough, blah, 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 blah. Had your wife come to the door because you were scared. In the reverse, I'll be have to. All right. I'm over here doing the reconnection dance. All right. So I said, who came to the door? He said, a woman came to the door. I said, that would be his wife. I said, can you serve her and give her the document? He said, she's not opening the door all the way. He has to make himself known who he is. So she knew he was a process server coming from us, our company, serving Jamie for committing copyrights infringements against our company. So I said, do me a favor. I said, he says, no. I said, what do you want me to do? I said, post it to the door. Because when they post to the door and take a picture and send it back to us, that tells it was already posted. Now, see, Fernando was lucky, or say blessed, because I'm thinking that, okay, we got Silent Wake removed, because we just, at the end of the day, just want everybody to leave us alone. Let's work on our products. That's it. Leave me alone. Don't be doing fake demonstrations about me. Don't be saying that I'm scamming, ripping people off. Leave me the freak alone. Let me make my products at peace. But you guys kept messing with us, bringing more people on. So this is where you're at right now, getting sued and going to jail. So we have this address. We had confirmed from the process server this is where it was at. And we have the owner of the building, which is a matter of time because for some reason we're having a hard time tracking down your landlord. So I told you I got people work for the city. Just because you're in California don't mean jack. They know people in other states. They can contact anybody within those agencies and get that information on who he is and where he's at. Because we need to talk to him. If not, we're going to file a lawsuit against him. So I would advise him contact me as soon as he possibly can. Because if he doesn't, and we file a lawsuit, we can show that this tenant committed crimes in his apartment against our company, and it's very serious crimes in his apartment. Your website, your business, where was it at? Was it in another building? Was it like mine's not at my home front? My office is here. But when I was working at home, it'd be working at home. So since you basically have your website at home, you were doing all that activity from your business and committing these crimes within the property of the apartment, which makes him liable. Unless he basically gives you an eviction to remove you out and say, yeah, well, he was carrying on and acting up, so I gave an eviction, I got him out. Because we have nothing to do with that. We don't tolerate that kind of activity. There you go. Then we don't sue him. That's why I said you got an eviction notice coming. So right here it says mailing address. So we got mailing address, printable address. We show asking where is his business located. We say his business is located at this place right here, which is the apartment that he's at. And owner of the name of the owner, we can't say it because that'd be blackprinting information on YouTube like this. We shouldn't do that. But again, the owner owns this. We give him the name of the owner who owns the building, where's the building located, everything. So right now, Mr. Fernando, the problem you have is that even though you've removed the website, the LLC still remains on his property. And that shows that you ran a business under his company's name, his real estate agency. This is going to come up anywhere. Anytime someone looks up his business, your business is going to pop up. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get back to him. So there's a lot of questions that are going to be asked. How much did he know about this? Did he know about these activities and whatever? And we find out his lawsuit coming this way. Because copyrights are a very serious charge. And we can show we had process servers. Does he have proof that he committed this crime? Yes, we had a process server come to his front door. Here's the pictures of your building. Here is the satellite image of your building. And here's the documents that were sent to your building. And this is the person who was living in the building. This is who he is. You're out. You're on your way out. Let me see right here. And this at the bottom is the attorney that was involved. So we have an attorney right here who's involved and basically assisting on this whole thing. He signed off on it. Let's see, by signing and confirming under penalty or perjury that the information herein is true and correct, and that I am authorized by California law to sign, which you, Mr. Fernando, committed perjury on. So this lawyer signed down on this document declaring, because it's not his fault. Look, they tell you from the door when you sign these documents, be truthful 100%. Because this will get you a lot of problems with penalty of perjury. So when they sign off on these things, they're getting the okay from you that you went in and you basically gave them the best information and knowledge on your company as possible. They can turn around, they can file against you. Because now, look, their reputation comes on the line. This guy puts his reputation on the line, signing this document. It's going to come back to him that you committed perjury. So, he works for LegalZoom.com. And that's who we had to reach out to. Boy, talking about lighting a fire underneath you at the end of the day, isn't it? I tell you, Mr. Fernando, we got so many ways we can get you. It's not even funny. You gave us so much information on things that you have committed, crimes you have committed. Not hard to get to you. And again, as I said before, move. You don't make enough money to move. California is extremely expensive. I know. I got people who live in California, and they pay a lot of money. They pay more money out there than it is to live up here. I could rent a house for what you pay for in an apartment. I have several. So the fact that, like I said, California is expensive. Their taxes are freaking berserk. There are businesses that are leaving California because taxes are too high. Everything costs too much money down there. California's always been expensive from day one, but things have just went way overboard. With inflation, it went way overboard. So the fact of being able to move into another place, yeah, that's not going to happen. If that would have happened, you would have moved a long time ago. It's expensive. If you're able to find a landlord at the end of the day that's not willing to raise your rent, like these guys are doing today, some of these people raise rent like way through the roof, 400 extra, 500 extra, crazy stuff. And they're keeping you in an area where you don't have to spend, yeah, people are not going to leave. They're going to stay there. But eventually, when you're raising a family, you know, depends on how big your apartment's going to be. But most likely, apartment is just a spot. That's what I felt like when I was at the apartment. I kind of felt like I went backwards. I don't like to go backwards on anything. So apartment for me and for most people is what you call the next stage to owning a house or renting a house. That's what it is. Now, if you let you living in a condo or some big, huge, massive studio, looking at 1,600 square feet, 1,300 square feet, you're over the 1,000 mark, a square feet footage in your place. Talking about 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom apartment, big gourmet kitchen, bathroom. That's literally a freaking house. But still, even when people have that at the end of the day, they're still not happy. You know why? Because they want a backyard, they want a front yard, they want a driveway. That's what they want. Even people got condos will tell you that. They don't even want the condo at the end of the day. I had a friend of mine had a condo. He's paying $3,000 a month to be in his dip, and he hated it. Because, again, anything you do, you brought to the border of the, what do they call it, the condo board, what do they call it? And they tell you what you can't do. You can't hang things outside your door. You can't play music at a certain time. Even argue all the way down to where you park at. Everything you can think of, they're basically just restriction. And you talk about Karens at the end of the day. There are Karens by the plenty up in those dips. Gated communities, another one. I got a few people in the gated community. They hate it over there too. They call it the Nazi regime. A lot of you not. It's a bad word to say, but that's how they feel. You can't do what you think you can do. You don't have any freedom out there. You put a basketball court, they'll tell you to take it down. You paid for it. You're paying the house. You're paying a mortgage on the house, or you own the house, and you're told you can't put a basketball court. Can't trim your bushes. Depending on what kind of Karen you get. You could get one of those Karens where basically if you trim your bushes the wrong way or they don't look synchronized to everybody else's bushes, they complain. So again, majority of most people want to get a house because they want to get freedom. You get enough houses. You get your first house. I had a house where the minute you walk out the door, you was on the sidewalk. 2-3 stairs in the sidewalk. I hated that. The buffer zone was not there at all, period. Next house I went and got, it had a, what was the house after that? Oh yeah, the house had a porch. It had a porch. You had to go down one set of stairs and another set of stairs, and then you were at the sidewalk. That was nice. It was up on the hill, more of a buffer zone for me. But the problem was in the backyard. In the back, it didn't have a backyard. It had a deck out there, and the deck was kind of rickety, but it had a area where she could drive at and park her vehicle, and she had a permanent driving spot, so that was good. She can park her vehicle at. We had no backyard. Got another place. Other place I had a nice front yard. It had steps that you can go up, nowhere close to waking up and open up the door and bam, someone be in front of your door. So it didn't have all that. But it had the same thing. It had a garage in the back. Really couldn't park back there because a lot of cars moving back and forth and trucks used to move back there. So you run the risk of getting slammed by a truck or getting your vehicle messed up. So it was okay. It was nice. That's the one that had the condensed lighting and all that stuff. The nice little gourmet kitchen. But it wasn't, I was still looking for something else. I wanted something big. When I walked in, it opened up. Then we get the other house in Haventown. Perfect. 6-car driveway. Big backyard. Big front yard. I had a nice driveway where I can walk in and come into the house. It had a real burning fireplace, cobblestone. It had a big living room. Walk in, it opened up to a dining room, which we didn't use. We used that for a theater room. That went into another, kitchen was so big. The kitchen was so big, we had a dining room table in the kitchen because it was that big. You can come through 2 axes. You can go from one end and out the other, or you can walk right out to the deck. The deck was huge. The deck was 11 feet high off the ground. That was a gorgeous house. Had a golf course right across from it. Literally right across from us. I had a police officer one time say when he came over, we had something with an incident with my breathing. And he said, he loved golf. And he said, man, you live that close to a golf course? This is an officer telling me this. Man, I would have clipped a small door with hinges, and I just would have threw a ball over and played through. I was in there cracking up about that. He was an officer saying that. He said, man, right next to a golf. They were outside in my backyard looking at the golf. You're that close? Like, yeah, I can climb over the gate. He said, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. This officer telling me this. To break the law, climb over the gate. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I'm just going in. They cost for membership fees if you get in. And, but anyway, so yeah, it was a big place. Big place. The basement was huge. Everything about it was huge. But you upgrade. People upgrade. Even when they get houses, they upgrade. When they get apartments, they upgrade. You might start off, if you like the apartment life, that's you at the end of the day. You might get an apartment and turn around and go, you know what? We outgrowing this place. We got freaking clothes packed in corners and their family's growing. And the first thing people do is they go out and they advance and get something bigger. So you get a bigger apartment. Now this time you got a bigger apartment. You got went from a 1 bedroom, you go to a 2 bedroom apartment. You go to a 3 bedroom apartment, and then you realize you start doing the math, and you think that, you know what, kids are getting older. You know what I mean? We'll get them a backyard, something to play in, and you start working toward a house. The only people that really technically I've seen around here, we got people that live the apartment life down here. There's a lot of apartments down here. They're mostly young people, and if they're older people, at the end of the day, they're basically are tired of the maintenance of the house and all, and they just want to get rid of it and just live in an apartment where it's all self-sufficient. But you guys grew up in that place. I know California's expensive because I got people at the end of the day that have places and they're not leaving. I don't care how crowded it gets in there. It is expensive. So no, if you had to lie about moving, you're not moving. You're still in the same spot. That's where you're at. He didn't move. He did that one already before. He told that lie already. When he got on there and talked about how he moved and didn't move is in the same spot, we heard that lie already. The only thing you actually did that actually you kept up with is saying that you're basically moving on to bigger and better things, but I don't even know how that's going to be even possible. And we got charges on you. Where are you moving at to do better things? So when the process server comes to your front door and you finally pop up on YouTube upset and angry at me, talking about, yeah, you sent the process server to my front door. Not only one, there was 6 of them that popped up. Yeah, because there are multiple charges we have to file. We have to have a process server for each one of them. And they're going to be busy. Mind you, all the money I have to pay for the process server, you're going to pay me back that money. In court, you got to pay that back. On my court costs, lawyer fees, everything. You're going to pay all that back. But yeah, he'll be on YouTube ranting. You'll hear him. He'll pop up there screaming and yelling. Go ahead. Pop and scream and yell on YouTube, but I'll send a process server to your house. I'll use it against you in court. That you went on social media and carried on and acted up about basically having a process server having it sent to your door. I will use that against you in court. You ain't doing jack. You're going to sit there. You're going to deal with whatever's going to come to your front door. And when that process server pops up, you can go hide behind your wife if you want to. Doesn't make a difference. You're going to court. Try to cut your break the first time we sent you to the CCB and keep you out of jail. And you kept doing dumb stuff after that. We had a process server come to his front door. Hit his front door. We figured that would be enough. Okay, he probably learned this lesson. Let's leave it be. No, this dumb gets back on YouTube and starts complaining about, oh, he didn't have enough because his copyrights were fake. And how dumb are you at the end of the day? That's why the process server is there, because there's enough evidence to prosecute you. That's why it's there. If there's no evidence to prosecute you, it would have never even made it that far. He doesn't understand. Jamie doesn't have a grasp on how actually things work in the world. He doesn't know how things function. Because you talk to any lawyer, and any lawyer will sit there and tell you, yeah, he did have enough evidence. That's why the process server was there, because they had the evidence. They're serving you for court. When you go through signing documents for court, it has to go to a review board. Because it can't just basically, you can't just accuse somebody of something, and they just come in and just go get them. No, that's called a witch hunt. You have to show that there's enough evidence there to bring them to court. That's why if an officer brings somebody to get ready to file for someone to go to court, and they go, well, you know, I really wouldn't go down that road right now because you technically don't have enough evidence that's going to stick, and it'd just be a waste of your time, the prosecutor's time, the judge's time. He's just pretty much just going to walk or get probation. You got to come back with some more heavier evidence. That's what happens when you file. So when we file, they have to look over all the stuff that we send over and say, okay, we got enough here to convict this guy. And then it goes through another process where they look over it. It goes through several processes. They're going to make sure 100% that when that process server comes to your door, there is enough there to basically bring you into court. So the fact that a process server came to your door and served you means that there was enough evidence to prosecute you. I don't know how it wouldn't be. You took our copyrights, you wrote your name on them, did whatever you wanted to do with them. Why wouldn't it be enough? So yeah, there was enough, Mr. Fernando. But you got on YouTube after we gave you a break, because I didn't say anything. I just let it go. I said, you know what? That should be enough to scare them. That should be the end of it. Did you take it? No. You went on YouTube and carried on. How the CCB was fake, how our copyrights were fake, how we're scammers, how we're full of hot air. And guess what you did? You made a switch over to federal court. Now, deleting your website and everything else you try to do ain't going to help you. You're going to jail. And you're going to get hit with both copyrights, because I'm filing for both of them. That's when that prosecutor guy downstairs looked at that. He works for prosecuting criminals. He looked at that and he saw that. He was like, good gracious. Like, Does he know he's never going home? I said, apparently he doesn't. We kept doing it over and over again. I showed him the documents where I showed him where he sent the cease and desist order to your door telling you to stop it. And you kept on going. He said, man, yeah, and there's no lawyer, Mr. Fernando's going to represent you. You clearly were told not to do this, and you did it anyway. So, with that being said, I got a gray screen paint to make because, again, whatever's left of you is not going to be nothing left of you when we get done with it. I'm going to paint a blanket over any mistakes that you made, any mess that you caused at the end of the day by making a better product than what you have, far by far. And if you keep saying, well, my paints are gone, not technically they're not gone. Actually, one is actually still around. That's the Metallica 2.0, which when we tested that matched all your paints. So technically, that paint right there, that black and white mixture, is all your paints. Even made the UV version of it, so your dark mixes don't even escape it either. So if you sit there and say, well, it doesn't count because my other mixes were darker, that's how we made your other dark mixes. We got the videos right there showing we made your product. And it matched the product that I purchased perfectly. So we still have your paints, whether you delete the website or not. And I'm going to basically go in and use your paints as an example to basically blow them out of the water with our new FLE Superior Gray. Well, I'm working on it. But that's what we're going to blow it out the water with. On top of that, with all the other great paints, including Goose Green and everybody else along with it, and a couple of certifies as we did with the last one. Using the fully lit environment, same thing with Ultra Short Throw and Pico projectors, venue projectors, whatever, get that all done. Then we're going to bring it on site to something that they can't do. And then I'm going to sell the product for $48. Oh, well. I told you guys. And Danny, when we get done removing you off the internet and we're done with you, I'm going to rebuild your product too. I'll turn it into something better. I mean, of course, we don't need that stuff at the end of the day. I'll make my own because that stuff is absolutely horrible. And yeah, it'll be over the counter, but it'd be higher technology because that's what you have to do. That's the whole purpose of the test, gentlemen. When you say your stuff is not over the counter, but if you say it is over the counter, you have to show that you make a better cake than Betty. Do you understand the whole theory of Betty and Jill? Both of them buy their cake mix from the same supermarket, but for some reason, Betty's cake tastes much better. Same ingredients, they both in the same supermarket, and she's watching her, what she's putting in her cart. She's putting the same thing I'm putting in my cart. Why does her cake taste so good? Because there's something special she does to that cake. That's why it tastes better than hers. That's why we figured out in our technology that we can get anything over the counter. We can engineer it in such a way that it can blow out any certified operating fully lit environments. That's why we have the matching betters to show at the end of the day that we're different. That's why I had to have a talk with that guy. But anyway, to show that we're different. So, let's get to cracking. Our ingredients is already in my head, by the way. But let's get to cracking. I got some things I got to get done. I got a new case I'm building over here, which is involving a peekaboo window. But anyway, and a projector. We're going to install a projector into it. I got to show some of the other stuff we're working on. And let's get this screen paint out there so that way customers can get a product that they can be freaking proud of instead of looking with washed out screens. I feel sorry for that guy. And if he does reach out to him, you get a container for free. Because again, I don't like that. And the church gets a container for free too. And you'll be able to turn your lights on, for goodness sake, especially with the projector you're using. That doesn't make any sense. But you'll get it for free from us. Now, as for crows, follow us, the ones who hate us so much. Again, a little message to you. If you go to the website and you purchase it, right? And you go back and say, oh, I hate it, I don't like it, it's not like crows. It's not designed to be like crows at the end of the day. That's why we have his stuff here. We know how his stuff is made. So we can make his stuff even though if he's not here and show you it doesn't match his product in any way whatsoever. So that debunks that other theory. If you go in and you basically do demonstrations that are fake against it, mind you purchase from my site, we'll have your information. Or basically I can hire my buddy Matrix and he'll find your information. But either way, we'll have it. And by the way, before you sit there and say, oh, no, Matrix actually works for a certain company that basically finds deadbeat husbands. That's what he does. So again, he does investigation work on tracking people. So if I need someone found, I can come to him and say, hey, look, I need this individual find for court, and he'll find you. So again, if you're thinking about doing any fake demonstrations or any of that nonsense against it, you'll have a batch number. If you violate the batch number, it's going to cost you $50,000, including fraud charges. For everybody else, enjoy it. This is how your screen paint is supposed to react, especially those who are into gray paints. I know at the end of the day I said it would never go right to gray paint, but somebody's got to fix this mess, because if we don't fix it, they're going to have more idiots just like them popping up, ripping off more people. Let's see if we can find anybody who has Crow's paint right now that is going to be looking at this website that's not even here anymore. I don't know how you're going to work around that nonsense. Imagine if you bought that stuff recently and you come to that website where it's not there. You're like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? First things first, you did your research. You went to the blacklist. You'd have found out what this guy was all about. Let me see. Where are we going with this? Let me see. Cursor, the website's not there. So, and we got the, yeah, whatever. Well, technically, you can contact his address. Now, for him to get mad and upset about that, nobody. Your address is listed as a mailing address for your business. That's what you have it there for. So they can send you a letter to your address. That's not something that, oh, you're inviting people. No, dude, you did invite people. You literally put it down right there. That's your mailing address, principal mailing address for your LLC, your business, and that's your address right there that you put. Now, if you had a separate address here that had nothing to do with your business, and you had your office there, and we sent out your business, your home address, then you can come get me. Because this is not registered as your business right here. But this being your office, this is where all your business mail, all my business mail comes here. Everything comes here. This is my office. So again, you have it under your address. So if your customers are ticked off and go, hey man, we can't reach you by email. Can you email this guy? Maybe you can email. His email address is missing. It should be on Facebook. Let me see something for a minute. You should be able to track him on Facebook. If he removed that too, let me see. Facebook. See if he's on there. He might be on Facebook. You may be able to reach him through there. Figure out exactly where he says bigger and better things, but nah. Mind you, bigger and better things don't help if you basically paid for something. At the end of the day, you need to ask questions about it. And you can't do bigger and better things, like I said, with lawsuits on top of you. Oh, we've got notifications. Let me put this down for a minute. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, cool. All right. All right, cool. I'm going to go right there. Get that later on done. Let me see. Now, this is us right here, posting on form sites, showing his product matching house paint right here. That's him being posted there. That's us. Showing his product being posted. This is us again, warning him about Jamie ripping people off. I kind of told you I was posted. You're posted to a lot of our sites. So we got a lot of sites on here and there showing his product matching house paint. This is a video. This is actually your video, Jamie, coming from, if he does or watch your video. I'm pretty sure there's a fake account here somewhere. But again, as I said before, this is your video. So we don't have to make anything up. This is why you can't sue me. I can sue you. So this is you in the video saying it has a yellowish tone. Remember that? Okay, there it is right there. So anything there? Let me see. Is he here? Got nothing there. Let's see if we can find him here. So much of him. Let me see. And it looks like he's not on Facebook either. Oh, he's removing everything. I told you he's hiding. Let's go with nope, only we come up. So you put in Crow 1176, only we come up showing him matching house paint. Showing a match in the network grade, 773. Yeah. Got you right here. Got your fake demonstrations, all your stuff. All his stuff is posted, man. You think it just pertains to the blacklist? No. As I told you before, Crow shows up on 37 different forum sites. I'm connected to a lot of forum sites. He's actually on all these websites, showing everything that shows up on the blacklist shows up there. So if you end up on that blacklist, the blacklist gets transported everywhere. But the only way you can end up on the blacklist is we have to have real evidence against you. We go up there and we put something fake on there, again, lawsuit. We back everything up, everything. So he's not here on Facebook anymore. He was on here a while ago. He got rid of that because his email's up there. He's deleting everything. Jeez. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch him. He's a gingerbread man. Unfortunately, we will catch you. When that process server hits your door, he is going to know. And I'm pretty sure you're in the same spot. You didn't go anywhere. Well, like I said, we got hit with, well, who got duped by that dumb nonsense? I don't know who got duped by that nonsense. We didn't see anybody comment at the bottom. I'm pretty sure people guessed that he was actually still in the same place. All right, not there. Nowhere to be found on there. Nope. I'm pretty sure you know that another problem he was having, that we had people that were making bets who could get his paint first. They were going to bring it down here for us to put it in commercial. One of a number of things why he needed that site to go disappear. And then we're going to get his product down here for us to put it into commercial sites. And that also too scared him. I told him the only way you can get out of that situation, and you hear me on camera saying, is that either you're going to have to cancel the orders, remove a state, or worse upon worse, you'll have to delete your website. If your product works, you shouldn't have that problem. Ugh, man. Nope, put in screen paints. We're the only ones that pop up. Because we flood. We flood, baby. We flood. Bam, that's us. That's your product, Jamie, by the way, on site. Stuff didn't work on site. Yeah, we've done this already. So if I sit there and tell you that we're going to take his product on site, we did this already. We went to the Karen place, put his product up there, and it failed on commercial sites. So if you failed on commercial site, what makes you think you would be able to operate on a church or in an office building? We couldn't get you to work on commercial. There's a customer who got ripped off. Another one that got ripped off. That's Crow screen paint outside. Look at that. Washed out. Another customer got ripped off. This is the guy with the soccer. Doing the soccer game. His screen washed out. Look how bad these screens look. Absolutely awful. Now, look at our technology right there. There's Crow screen paint right here in testing. His screen didn't show up for jack against our technology. Much like we did with this paint over here. Screens don't show up here. Crow screen paint failed. Couldn't get it to pull. We put on a splatter screen. We gave him a majority of the screen. He still couldn't read. Waste of money. Y'all got ripped off on 7-Eleven. We're in the max out zone at that. Because anytime we're in the basement, they're max out zones. Yeah, y'all got ripped off. Anyone who has that paint, you got ripped off. So, those of you who are backing that product at the end of the day, talked all that trash to our company on how we were the fakes at the end of the day. Who's running? When I'm sitting over here in this garage over here, right? Jamie had the nerve to contact us, again involving stalking charges, and said that, oh, because he's in a garage, that means that his business is over. Be careful what you say from your mouth. Remember when I say that, your very words can actually activate against you. So we're in the garage. We developed FLE technology, which is a technology we have here today, which is going to be on site in multiple locations. Now, when he made that statement, now what happened? Lost his business. They don't have it anymore. That's the same projector we're using there. You gotta be careful. What'd you say? This is how I watch the game. I watch the game off my ceiling. I watch this game off my 150-inch screen on my $60 projector and my $140 ultra short throw. That's how I watch the game. How do you people with gray screens watch the game? Can't do this, can you? Have a screen right there in the room right there. Project here, project here. I'm talking about your gray screen, not our technology. Oh, this is where we're at right now. Look at this on-site. Boom! On-site commercial. Look at that. Look at the power. Man, please, man. Everywhere we at, we specialize. That's why I said that guy stuck us in a dark environment. Talking about, man, you have lost your mind. You better have next. No, there ain't going to be no next time. Definitely no next time. Gonna put a court order on him. You better fix something real quick. Stick me in a dark environment with them dinky watercolor paints. They can't even back their products up. How dare you disrespect my product that way? You stick us in with certified. That's what we play against. Certified, the big boy screens. I don't have credit for that dinky stuff in the day. We don't even take credit for that. I don't care if we did come out on top. I don't take credit for that. Credit for them dinky products? Are you kidding me? Put me against certified next time. Put me against a Black Diamond, DMP Supernova, Elite screen, something that's worthy of our time. And for goodness sake, stick us in a real fully lit environment. Can't even show contrast levels. He's got us in a dark with them freaking paints. That projector was for them, not for us, because we don't require it. This is a $10 projector right here we're using. So why in the world do we need to be on a JVC at the end of the day? They need to be on a JVC. They have to be in a dark environment. We don't. So if you ever make that statement, my man, that my product had to be in that dark environment, yeah, you'll see him in the courtroom. I can back it up in there at 1,000 lumen at 16 feet versus a certified easily. So you're going to have to fix something. Got the wrong person at the end of the day. If you look at my track record on how we deal with people, you're not going to like the outcome of it all. Because everything we do is flawless. Everything we do is flawless. I gotta figure out ways to entertain myself sometimes. I'm telling you. People say like, oh, he's bragging. Our products are good. We're literally gonna come down and bring out a $48 gray screen paint to take everybody else out for fun. Because we can't launch this black screen. You know what a black screen would do to a gray screen? It will wreck it. So let's show you how, at the end of the day, why the gray screen is considered to be a not as advanced as the gunmetal. That's the problem. People were brainwashed and believing in these dark environments, calibrated machines, high-powered projectors, that a gray screen has the same ability as black technology. No, it does not. So what better way to get that across, and also to give the customers a better screen paint, than to develop a gray FLE technology, use it to knock out all the other gray screen paints, including some of the certifieds, knock out a few of these other high-end gray paints, and then come in and show you what this technology will do to it. And this is the reason why we offer that one for 48 bucks, and this over here is about $300 screen paint. There's a difference between the two. Most likely what we get is people who are into gray screens, and that's your thing. At the end of the day, some people love the gray screens. That's what they're all about. Then guess what? You got a more superior technology with testing, batch numbers, and a guarantee sitting on top of it. So you're getting ripped off of some house paint, and somebody telling you either has a yellowish tone, or they're telling you that you can't return it. You're stuck with it. You know why? Because he knows if you take it, if it turns, he can't test that stuff. What are you going to do? There's no testing need of it. You can't take it and put it under a certified. You can't put it in a fully lit environment. You can't do color balance tests or low. You can't do any of that stuff. So, excuse me. He's going to put the same thing up there. You get it, you bought it, it's yours. That's it. That way you can keep your money and you get nothing in return. That's a colored quasar right there. That's the one we have over there. That's what colored quasar is through the white screens, which you have splatter screen over there. Oh man, why is my projector not on? I hate to do demonstrations. Look at a screen that the projector's not running. Oh, it was on the whole time. Ha 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 ha. YouTube. There you go. See? That easy. Do that all day. Ugh. Oh, cartoon available. Ugh. See? Don't even match in any way whatsoever. Partial lit. Fully lit. Does not match. See? Easy. No. Again, when you show me demonstrations of screens and you point to lights in the ceiling, Mr. Rogers, to try to show me at the end of the day your area is taking on light, this is a chandelier. Do you see how close it sits to my screen? Do you see my screen sitting on the floor where the chandelier doesn't have contact with it? No, it's sitting up high so the chandelier can beam right down on the screen. And he had to show me some demonstration at the end of the day with some screens sitting on the floor. First time I saw a demonstration on the floor, saying, look, you can take all this. Look. Oh, please. Come on, man. When they made the statement about, hey, look, they're using certified, not certified, but what do you call them? Venue projectors. Your stuff doesn't work on a 5,000 lumens. I know, I tested it. Mind you, we have more projectors than you have. So I tested on the Casio laser projectors. I tested on a 4K projector with a PX747 that didn't work. We tested on a Pico projector with dozens of those. I tested on multiple venue projectors, used high-tier Chrissy projectors. We could not get a screen paint to register on jack. 5,000 lumen LW 505. You couldn't get it to run for jack. Didn't work outside. Didn't work in the dark. Didn't work on Optima GT55, didn't work on Optima GT56, didn't work on none of them whatsoever. And I'm like, what the freak is this guy selling? This is an 8. 8 can generate outside. Talk about come get some. You can't even take on an 8. Look what 8s look like at nighttime. They're beautiful, gorgeous. Every screen paint we've ever developed, this guy went in and cried about. Every single one. Well, now, Mr. Fernando, this is what's going to happen to you. I'm going to come in. I'm going to engineer and usher in a new version of gray screen paint. That not only will be far better than yours, because, again, like I said, we can make your stuff. We have the ingredients right there to make it. We'll do a demonstration with your stuff. We'll call it Retire Crow's Products, because that's pretty much what you are. You are now retired. We'll crush your stuff, and then we'll go after all the other screen paints, and we'll show the difference between our product versus theirs. And then we will pave the way of gray screen paints, which, again, like I said, it's not a high-tech technology, but whatever. And we'll basically show your, well, what's the word for it? We'll basically wipe out your existence, so to speak. So, down through time, no one will ever think of your product. And as you said before, I'll be found online. No, you won't. You have cyber charges coming against you. I'm going to get a court order to remove anything and everything. You have no access to online anymore. You know the terms of basically salting the earth? They salt the earth so nothing can ever grow there. The earth is dead in that spot. You can't replenish, you can't grow, nothing at all. You're going to salt the earth. And Mr. Rogers, when we can put enough pressure on you, and again, I think once Homeland Security contacts you and a couple other agencies about your weird, kooky, strange, faulty products, you're also, too, are going to remove your website also. Yeah. And then we'll just make a better version of yours, and it will also sell for a very cheap price. And just so you don't say that, hey, he needed our product because, again, we'll sell for cheaper, and then I'll take it and I'll use this stuff right here to take it out. That way, customers can see it in the day. It cuts down any nonsense of people saying, well, you know, hey, look, the reason why he made their paint because their paint was better. No, we're sure it's not. And then after that, we'll sell the paint for very cheap so everybody can afford it. So $48 for 32 ounces. Mind you, our 32 ounces do not paint 120-inch screen. We do 150s because our product has extremely good coverage. So 150. Contrast, again, is going to be fair. We're not going to lie to you, stick you in a dark environment, and go, oh, your contract services are going to be, we're going to use that nonsense. We're not using high-powered projectors to fool you and manipulate you thinking you're going to be getting these ultra. No. Keep it real at the end of the day, just like we did with the Digital 2.0. All right, roughly I would say we should have this up and ready to go. I don't know. I guess how many projects we're working on. Probably, I'd say, last week in January. We should be ready to go with that. I got other projects I'm working on, so it'll be last week in January. So we'll have that ready to go. And we got to get a new, I need to get a new a label for that too. Definitely need a new label for that. And Mr. Fernando, just to remind you about your copyright troubles that you have right now. Remember, I sent you a detailed email. In the email, what did I say to you? I told you that the copyrights that you're about to tamper with are real copyrights. You know, like I told you from the door, I'm pretty sure Mr. Fernando contacted a lawyer. Because again, if someone's on YouTube talking about suing me and throwing me in jail, I think I would contact a lawyer so a lawyer can say, hey, look, if this guy's really talking all this nonsense and it's not true, if his copyright's unreal, you can hit him with a cease and desist order. You can also sue him for making these false statements about something you didn't do. But the problem is, Mr. Fernando, is my copyrights are real. This is my registration number right here. You can look it up. It comes up. And the evidence we have against you on touching the copyrights are very, very real. So again, like I said, any lawyer, before going into court, is going to do the research, and they're going to look up my company. Type in my company's name, and they're going to see my registration number come up, the date number pop up, and they're going to say, okay, this is real. And then they're going to contact you back, Mr. Fernando, and say, hey, look, we did a search. These copyrights are actually real. How many times did you touch those copyrights? And you're going to sit there and say, and then probably lie, and say, I only did it about 3 times. We say, unfortunately for you, 3 times is enough to be under the law of willfully. Which means that you're going to go to jail. That's definitely going to happen, and you're going to be sued. Now, keep in mind, thinking that you lied, because he probably doesn't know until he reaches out to me how many times you actually did touch these copyrights. You're thinking when you get home, that, man, I'm going to get that much time and be sued just for touching it 3 times, knowing you touched it more than 3 times, and knowing that you did 2 sets of copyrights that were registered. So, yeah. That's why we never had an attorney reach out to us and fear that each time it does. See that right here? That's called willfully. So this is another, can be 10 years in jail. That's a 10 years in jail. It's per each one. If he touches this one, he gets hit with that. He touches it again, he gets hit again. So the state can get him at $250,000 for each one of these. And that shows you where it's registered at. It's right on our website for everybody to see. It's out in the open. So they're going to ask you, like, where were the copyrights? How did you know that they were copyrighted? Like, some people have copyright symbols right there, and you don't know that you do the search. We didn't hide them. They're right out in the open, so everybody can see them. So that's another thing, too, because they're right there. So when you took them right from our website. And on our website shows the registration, everything right here. Which means, Mr. Fernando, you were 100% knowing what you were doing due to the fact that the copyrights were on full display for you to see them. And that also falls under the guidelines of willfully. So that's why when the lawyers looked at it, they said, look, he's looking at roughly maybe close to about 80 years in prison. Yeah, long time for doing dumb stuff. Did it again. Touched it again. Called me to call my it was a scammer company and posted my copyrights. Put down trigger alert. So it shows that you were taunting my company, harassing my company, and abusing Wix website to touch and use our copyrights without permission. Oh, I can't wait for that process server to get to his front door. I can't wait. Boy, that reality's going to kick in. His heart's going to race at 100 miles an hour. Look at all the emails we got them contacting email accounts. Mr. Williams, we got you in here multiple times, posing as a minister. This is the Black Series second lawsuit coming through for copyright infringements. Took our material and wrote scam underneath of it. Says here at the bottom who it belongs to, right here. It's your website, right? And who's responsible for hosting it? Wix. Which means Wix has to pay us a lot of money. Let's say Wix is in the range of probably over 10 million. It's a lot. It is a lot. Because again, they knew about this when we were complaining back and forth about him. And everything happens for a reason. Yep, there you are again. Posting directly on your site. Crow's Metallica Mix 2.0. Showing Con Art Company as scammer. Wrote right across of it. Posted it to your website right here. And there's you in messaging. Contacting us. Don't get scammed. Some people are scamming people. Showed right next to official PayPal shopping cart. All this comes up in court, Mr. Fernando. Yeah. Let me explain something to you, Jamie. This is the time to get scared, man. Your life is on the line right now. You're never coming home. Never, ever coming home. So, we are not going to, we don't give you the jail time. Courts do that. They give you the jail time. We're not responsible for that. They're responsible for that. So that's why, another reason why he pulled down his website too. There's multiple reasons why he got rid of it. But yeah, one of them is actually the heavier ones. These are the copyrights. Doesn't look too good, does it? So how many have we counted so far? There's quite a lot of them. Mind you, if this thing goes up, he can be hit for $20,000. He can be hit with $250,000 for each one. It can range from 20 years to each one. So again, you do 6 of these, man, you're looking at what? 140 years in jail, maybe? Yeah, 40 is 80. Yeah, 120. About 120 years. You're 120 years in jail, Mr. Fernando. And you hit 2 copyrights that are registered by the government. It's just showing you constantly contacting our emails that were all traced back to you, calling us scammers, cyber crimes. Whew, man. So, this is what I'm going to do, Mr. Fernando. Oh, I'm not giving you a break. No, I'm going to make it much worse for you. When we file for the rest of them for the process server, this is where we had a lawyer contact him, telling him he was going to get sued. Cease and desist order sent to him by an attorney. When we file for those, I'm going to make sure that we can serve anyone in the house over the age of 21, which means if your wife comes to the door, she can be served. Anyone in the house over the age of 21 can get served. So now, your wife is going to be very upset that now she can't leave and go out to work, or she can't do the things she needs to do because there's a process server that's going to be waiting to serve her. Because that's what we're asked. We're asked where we can serve it directly to you or anyone in the house over the age of 21. We're going to make it both of you. As I said before, if she reaches out to contact me, and she will contact me, we're going to explain to her so much more that I guarantee that you probably lied to her and didn't tell her. I'm pretty sure that she doesn't know about this document right here, that it was given to you, telling you that you were touching a federal copyright. This is a lawyer sent to him telling you you're touching a federal copyright for infringement, warned you, and you continue to touch the copyrights. This is also going to be showed to a judge. See right here where it says, so, you're screwed. And also, too, if you lose, and you will lose, Mr. Fernando, you're going to pay infringement with show, attorney fees. You're going to pay all that. Money damages, all of it. I'm going to make your apartment look like the first day you moved in. Not a stitch of furniture in that thing. You're going to owe me tons of money. What are you going to do? Nothing. There's the attorney that signed off on it, the law group we had. That's me. And he was addressed to contact me at the end of the day, which you did not. You were addressed to contact the lawyers, which you did not. Oh, it's not going to go well for you. You're going to spend a lot of time in jail. You are. You're going to be in jail for a long time, man. Now, what I want to do for my digital one, I want to do something different. I like this one. Let's see. I'm going to go with the Oreo. I like doing the Oreo. Those are nice. Let's see. Oh, change this out real quick to what I want to do. Now, those die-hard fans of Crow at the end of the day, again, where's the Crow boy? Crow boys got plucked and feathered. They're done. They found out charges were going against Jamie. They departed ways. They didn't want no part of it. But let's get back to the customers, his customers. You're tired of getting ripped off, you come to us. You want to continue to get ripped off, you go to other people. That's how that works at the end of the day. It's just simple and plain. I like this one, but that's in black and white. I don't want to do that one. We got another one. Well, that focus is pretty cool. Ooh, I do like that focus. It's pretty nice. And if you want to know what my company is all about, you know what I mean, and if we have the ability to develop great technology, you just type in digital crystal screen paint, see where it lands you at. You'll see that we were out longer than him. We have more experience, and we've been doing this for a lot longer. That's why we have the Digital 2.0 up as a challenge, and they have not been able to meet it yet. I like that one. It's pretty hot. Oh, let's see. No. Discard changes. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. What do we have here? Oh, man. I do like that. I think I'm going to keep this. I like that design. I want a thin trim in there matching that. Let me see. Give me this one. Ooh, I got a new name. We're going to call it for the Digital 2.0. But it has to be FLE technology. It has to be FLE. Digital one is old. We're going to change that to FLE. FLE needs another grade version. Something cool. We'll give it something cool. Let me see. We still got that high-grade silver we're developing too. So let me see. Where's that border at? The border, not across the border. We need to put everything drop shade. This one right here. Bring this in nice and thin. Thin. Now, like I said, the reason why they may be mad and say, hey, the reason why you went in on like that. No. There's no hatred toward them. If there's hatred to them, like I said, I know people, okay? Just put it that way. In a nice term, I know people, and I know where you live at, all right? So I got people in Cali right now. I got family in Cali. I got family in Cali you ticked off. The other side that I told you, they in Cali too. So just put it that way. But no, we don't hate you. You have to go to jail for this. You did a lot of dumb stuff. Hiding off the internet, getting rid of your website, making up some story about, moving on to better things. Mr. Fernando, there is no better things for you. You are going to jail. You're not moving on to anything. Only thing you're going to need to move on to, if it comes to mind, is getting on a plane and leaving the country, because you're in a lot of trouble right now. You're not going anywhere. Depends on who gets to you first. If we get to you first, the government gets to you first, one of them agencies get to you first, or my family gets to you first because they're filing charges against you for doxing their address, or the people who own the building is going to get you. So I don't know who's going to get to you first. But you're wanted right now. And just to basically shake you up a little bit so you don't get too comfortable in your apartment, I'm going to have a process server come to your front door, several of them, and they can serve both you or your wife. Anyone over the age of 21 in the house can be served. So good luck on trying to go to work and trying to live a normal life, because that's gone. If you think that at the end of the day that you're going to leave the internet and that's going to be the end of it and you can't be touched, you're sadly mistaken. And mind you, if you get a warrant for your arrest and you don't show up for one of these criminal charges, you make it rough for the rest of your family, because they will search their homes every single day and thinking you may be there. So you'll make it rough for them. No one wants to have a search go through their home at the end of the day, but they'll do it to dig you up or to make it rough on them, so that way they will give up your information, because people have a habit of doing that, hiding family members, and they will go to jail for that too, because you can't do this against the law. So You better hope. I don't know what you're going to do at the end of the day, but being nervous and scared, that would be one of them. This would be the time right now. And of course, I guess he gave up ties with the devil to start finding with God. Because if you don't, man, you're going to need somebody at the end of the day in that situation you're about to get to. This is not going away. I'm just telling you, look, I know in your back of your mind you think that you got rid of your page and you're not really doing videos anymore and all that. This is not going away. No time soon, buddy. No time soon. I plan to see you in a prison suit. The next time I see you in court again, I plan to see you in a prison jumpsuit. Now, like I said before, if you felt in the day that everything I'm saying is a lie, get an attorney. File a cease and desist order me. Someone got my email, you can send it through there. Nothing. Because again, even attorneys want to look this up and say it's copyrights are real. So you deal with it from there. And then he's going to dig around and find out you pop it up in Allentown's police department for defamation and terroristic threats and all kinds of other stuff. And then we know what's going to happen, Mr. Fernando? He's going to find the court order from the process server, because it's on court records, showing that a process server came to your front door for copyright infringements. So how's that going to work out for you? There you go. There you go. All right, we want to widen this one. Widen this one and make it a little. I want this black. But we're going to call this up. I have no name for it yet. We have no name for it yet. We don't know what to call it, but we know one thing. It will be absolutely amazing. Will I use it? No, I'm into black technology. Most of the other screens will be black. Color black technology. That'll be me. But anyway. So we'll price this here. Bam! It is all ready to go. Soon we'll have the container. What kind of containers do I want to use for this thing? They're 32 ounces. I want a different type of 32 ounce thing. I want to get the tall boys. I like the tall boys. No, it's just self-lockings. Into the vapor locks on them. The things are a pain in the neck to get off, aren't they? They should be. That's why we ordered them. They're not nightmares, but we got to give you the little things that you have to lock in. You push it up, makes it better. We got to get the keys for them. Because you can get into them with a quarter. But, we made them that way so that way you don't have paint leaking out of your containers and all your half of the money you paid for stuff. I've literally had customers, and I'm sad to say this, everybody in business will tell you about dealing with bad customers. And I've literally had customers pour out paint into another container and said their containers came that way. That's why we put them in self-locking systems. And then we have customers at the end of the day, container happened to get, somebody said something and it did bust and some paint did get out. So I look at it and go, okay, no problem. I'll send you out another one. Well, that's going to be hard to do if it lands on your property. And you're told that. And for those, and again, if he comes in and says, or if he pops in anywhere weird, in another weird channel, whatever, and he says, oh, that's a lie, go to the blacklist. It's right there. We have a shipping policy right there, an up-to-date one too, before he actually got rid of the site. Okay, now, my next stage is turning that into a PC. What are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? We don't even know. Like that bird whispers. Why did you do this? I don't know. Okay. Definitely going to build a PC with this. Big all stickers. Nothing but stickers. So paint a different color. I can paint each one of these a different high fluorescent color, but I definitely want to do a sticker design on that. I want to make my own print, my own stickers on how I want to do it. And then on the far end, we'll put a projector there. Of course, we got to make this bigger than this, a little longer than this. And so this would be nice right here. That would be pretty cool. It adds some interesting. No, because we want to put something on the side. We want to put peekaboo windows on the side. So we can't do that. It would have to be straight like this. That would have to be straight. Now you're probably thinking at the end of the day, like, wow, for 1 minute he was just there talking about that. Now he's talking about this, because my brain works on two different levels. At the same time, I'm having this conversation about that, I'm building stuff in my head. That's why. Alright, call multitasking. I can do multiple projects all at the same time. Some people that do that, they do multiple projects at the same time. I can actually listen to three radios at the same time. So basically, when I'm talking about designing this, I told you at the end of the day, I can develop a new screen paint, build a new screen, a new PC cabinet over here, and at the same time, out you guys like it's nothing, and then show up our technology running with no problem. All at the same time. You guys have to do one at a time. I don't. So this isn't the case I want to do, but I want to involve the flex technology in it. And I want to do peekaboo windows. Cut all these out, nice big peekaboo window, but I want peekaboo windows on both sides. That's what I want. And then here we're going to put a big screen here in the front. So basically when you put the projector here and it produces here. So that's how we're going to design it. Put a screen here, projector here, hits through here, here, and here. But I do want peekaboo windows on both sides. And we're going to project all the equipment is going to be mounted to the top. So that way we have all of this to be able to show, and it can project right through with no problem. That's what I was just thinking about a few minutes ago, and I had these boxes up here. I was trying to figure out how to build it. So now I got it in my head. I can put it together. Start the first copy of the frame of it all. Start working on it. And then I can advertise my flex technology. Of course, I have to build a nice perch stand on the other side, inside for the projector to fit, so we can put the see-through technology through. But I want to do some tests first to see how far it has to sit back. See, and when I do these videos and I sit back and go, oh, but you're sitting back wasting time. I have 11,000 video demonstrations of all complete products. I can go to 427 products that I have on one of my sites, pull any one up and show massive test demonstrations on all of them. So no, I can come on here, crush you guys, make new products, show new products at the same time, and build this. Our brain doesn't function like your brain functions at the end of the day, naysayer. You haven't developed any new screen paint in how long? All right then. So now I'm developing a great paint to fix the mess that you guys caused. That dinky, stupid demonstration. It's disgusting. It disgusts me at the end of the day. You do. You disgust me. How dare you call yourself making a screen paint? How dare you call yourself a business at the end of the day? And you make that trash at the end of the day. There's no way in the world your customers should be suffering with screens that look that bad. It's horrible. Range gain, just making stuff up. Call yourself the philosopher. You're a philosopher, right? Philosopher of idiotic. That's what you're. Idiotic. Is idiotic? Idiotic? Idiotic. I'm sorry about the idiotic. That's what you're a philosopher of. You don't know what you're talking about, Rogers. You do not know what you're talking about. You want to challenge me on that one? Tell me what range gain is. I don't want to hear at the end of the day, oh, you keep talking about the same old thing. No, it's not the same old thing. Explain it. What is it? You can't explain it. I've messaged you multiple times. I've been to your website and messaged you. As a matter of fact, that's why we got the 503 error that popped up, because, again, you didn't want to answer any more messages. I found your email account, which for some reason is separate from on your other account, like you don't want to be found. And you guys have no 800 numbers. Why is that? You should have an 800 number, some number for somebody to contact you. People can reach me. Why can't they reach you? Okay, with that being said, if a troll can reach me and call me, then that means that they can reach me. But no one can reach you at the end of the day. Because you know why? You don't know what you're doing. You're just talking about your mumbo jumbo at the end of the day. Well, here's the thing for you, Skippy. If you back that stuff up, I'm going to drag you into a courtroom and make your life very miserable. You understand me? That range gain and making that stuff over the counter, I'll have Homeland Security in your backyard in no time at all. Because what you just did was extremely dangerous. Can't go on, especially chemicals. We're not talking about baked mix cake and all that in the day or some pies and stuff. We're talking about a chemical. They get really finicky about shipping paint overseas. You have to have all kinds of documents when you're sending stuff over there, especially to the post office. You see that little thing that pops up, make sure there's hazardous with batteries and all that stuff. You got to answer that correctly. So that means if you're basically hitting yes on that, that means you're basically taking responsibility for that product at the end of the day. So you saying at the end of the day, if you press yes, and they ask you if there's any liquids, any batteries, anything hazardous in here, you have to show proof that it's not. We can show proof that it's not. You can't. And you just made a statement that your product at the end of the day is not sold over the counter. Everything over the counter is tested. So that means you're selling a raw element chemical, again, that you shipped overseas through customs. which is a very serious charge. And here in the United States, which can show 2 people who received that product. So you got into. I'm gonna give you another chance. I believe in second chances. I do, and I've given you so many second chances. I'm not even funny. You got until tomorrow to remove it off your site. If not, it's gonna be the worst experience of your life. I guarantee you. And if you sit there and say, "Oh, you're doing," it's nothing about hatred, man. You shouldn't have it there. Period. You should have nothing on your website stating that you're making chemicals by scratch. Just because you want to make your product sound different than everybody else. Again, there's plenty of screen paints out there that are really thin, that have a kind of a thin, light skin texture. There's plenty of them that are made like that. Most of the spray-on applications are like that. They're not thick. They have to be to push to a paint sprayer. Proving that your product is different from everybody calls test. That's why you do tests, to show that your product is different from everybody else's. Goodyear tires are different because they can show why their tires are better, why they have the threads in them, why different kinds of rubbers, whatever they use at the end of the day. They have tests showing, proving why their tires are basically better than other tires. That's what you should have did. Instead of coming out with some dumb nonsense by saying, "Oh yeah, my product at the end of the day is blah, 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 blah." Now it's going to land you in court. Now, should we do a drip effect on this? I don't even know. He's mad at me. You know why he can't remove it? I'll tell you why. He's going to do the sinking ship scenario. A Titanic sinking ship scenario. Because him, high and mighty, thinking he knows more than everybody else. Well, boy, that pride boy, do it to you. He can't remove it. And the reason why he can't remove it, because he removes it, he knows I asked you to remove it several times nicely. Now I'm ordering you to take it off because you need to remove that. Again, consequences are going to be bad if you don't. And now he can't remove it. He's not going to remove it. And the reason why I can't remove it because he's going to feel that he's not going to order me. I got privilege. No one's going to tell me what I can't do. I have privilege. No one's going to tell me this. No one's going to tell me that. I'll do whatever I want to do. Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because when Homeland Security, and they press on you and tell you to remove it, what are you going to do? You're going to remove it. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to get in there and you're going to speak 1,000 different languages, stuttering and carrying on when they pop up and try to figure out exactly. When they contact you to figure out what's going on your site, you're going to tell them the truth. That's what you're going to do. Go ahead and put my name in if you want. Good. I got a ton of information for them to send over to them. I got more stuff for them. Which you're not going to do. Don't put stuff on your site you can't back up. That's all to it. Stop lying to the consumer. That guy would get ticked off if he bought something for his house and it didn't work right. It definitely didn't do anything that it said on the box. He would lose his marbles. He'd probably be calling down there ranting and carrying, talking about, I'm so and so and so, and this didn't work, and blah, 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 blah. And you guys sat there and lied about your product. You said one thing and it did another. What are you getting mad about? You did that to a lot of people. Or try to do it to a lot of people. You try to sell that snake oil to a lot of people and did the same thing. So why are you complaining? I'm going to report you to so and so and so and blah this and da da da. But you did it to other people. Gee, Louise. I like this case right here. I like this right a lot. I like it. So let's see how far the projector has to hit. We have to cut through every single one of these. We definitely cut through every single one of them. Whew, to do. Don't care. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about a good size. I wish I could just do one of these. Let's see how far we have to go. We might not even need this many. Depends on how far we have to be back. Which is a way to figure that out. To get the screen to fire up, we would have to take this and into the saw. I don't want this part of this video, so I'm going to come back in and explain what we're doing right here, and that's it. And I got something I got to take care of. I got to take you through something real quick. But yeah, that new screen paint's coming out. And the reason why we need to bring that out in the day, because again, the damage these jokers cause with that stupid range game bull crap, and Jamie with this stuff matching house paint, doing demonstrations in dark environments, not being truthful and honest with his customers, and those people got ripped off. We need to make something better. Better. And that's what we're going to do. So, Jamie, I know you got a fake account on here somewhere. I know you do. It's going to hurt a lot. But you can't do anything about it. Not a thing. You're going to watch that great technology take over everything. And you can do nothing about it. You're going to come online and Starting your nonsense all over again? You're under investigation. You can't do jack. Did I make this statement about a year back where I said that I'm going to come in here and take everything from you and you're going to remove your site, all that's going to disappear? And we make your product, and we can remake the product we want to, but we can make a product better than yours. You can't do anything about it, not a thing. I told you this was going to happen to you, and now it's happening to you right now. Someone's like, yeah, I'm not saying it's psychic, I want to go down that road. But anyway, I told you this was going to happen. You can't bring your product back. Your company's under investigation for fraud. What are you going to do? You can't go back making that stuff. Going to make something new now? You're in trouble already. What are you going to do? Nothing. All you can do is just sit back and just watch. That's all you can do. Right now, after January, you won't be able to leave your house. And the process service I had trying to come in your front door, you can't leave. Neither can your wife leave that house. They do, they're getting served. Anyone at the age of 21 is getting hit. So what can you do now? Nothing. You see the outcome of it all? You could have just simply just stayed away from us and just made your product. I've given you countless ways to get out of this situation. Before you even got to this, we gave you countless ways to get out. Look at the situation you're in right now. You're on YouTube just about every single day for quite a long time, for a couple of years. I say more than 5 years. And now can't do that anymore. I'm pretty sure you're with a fake account somewhere, but you can't do that anymore. Your spring paints are gone. Everything's gone now. It's all gone. Now you can't even leave your own house pretty soon because of the charges you mounted against you are absolutely insane what you have coming against you. Everything is now crumbling and has collapsed around you. And all you had to do was the first day you met me was walk away from us. When I told you no, we don't give the product away for free. We sell it. It's a business. You should have listened to that voice in your head that told you to walk away. And you didn't. And look at the outcome of it all. My company will continue to grow as it always has. We'll end up developing more advanced technology. We go on site this January. We started signing our contracts from January from here on in. And AdTech will be introduced to we got already 4 locations set up for AdTech to go to. They're just waiting for us. It'll be displayed on those glass windows. It'll pick up a ton of money and revenue. And our company will continue to grow even more powerful every single day. And meanwhile, you guys will be running. You'll be running from the law. You'll be running from lawsuits. You'll be running from everything. You'll have to go into hiding. Wasn't worth it, was it? No, it wasn't worth it at all. And you think about it now, right? All that carrying on and acting up you did, and then you run the risk of even getting divorced in the process, because that can happen too, anything. All that, because you wanted to challenge your company. I told you, not a good idea. Anybody else want to pick up where they started from? I would enjoy taking your stuff from you and throwing you in jail. If that's where you want to go. I mean, if you're dumb enough to play stupid games, we got plenty of them prizes for you at the end of the day. Basic common sense. That's all it is. These guys went out and broke the law at every level you could possibly think of. So, that's it for them. Moving on to bigger and better things. Now, you better get yourself an attorney. That's what you need to go get yourself to do. Now I'm going to figure out how to build this thing. Oh, no, never mind. Blueprint's already in the head. So we're going to cut from here, put it right here. I put a ledge, a projector where we're going to head that swing's going to be here, no problem. Equipment's going to be up top. I'm going to lay the motherboard down flat, but definitely want to put some higher pins on it so we raise the wire off the ground. Liquid cooling system, we definitely have to put that on a pin system. The liquid cooling has to lit, so we're probably going to use the invisible pins for it, because I want it it's floating. That's a better idea. We can make it like the motherboard's floating, and all the parts up there floating. That would be mind-blowing. Oh, that would be mind-blowing. We definitely got to build that. That's definitely going to be sick. Oh, that would be amazing. All the parts floating up top. Oh, that'd be great. That would be sick to do. The top has to be made with a really high fluorescent white paint. I mean, this stuff is not cheap, but yes, we use in the room. You have to do it. It has to reflect off of it and make it look like it's floating.
The problem is that the bottom of the motherboard is a different color. You can't paint that because it damages the circuits. But you can design a plate that can actually fit underneath of it. Not too close to it because you don't want to basically cause it to overheat, but just enough for about that much. But that's how close your motherboard is actually sitting against your inside of your PC. Well, there's no fans in the back of it blowing air to the back of it. But you can have it like that. As long as you got that liquid cooling system on top of it, drawing the heat from it, you have to worry about too much heat going down this direction. But if we put a little plate underneath of it, that close to it, not touching it, but that close to it, and we make that bone white, when we put the pins in, the clear pins in, when the LED lights trigger off, it basically causes a ricochet. It hits the back of the surface and hits right back up, ricochets back up, and then transfers to those pins, and those pins are invisible. If they're clear, they disappear. That's how we make the levitating screens. The levitating screens are done with fishing wire. And we have to make the back of the screen bone white. It has to be bone white, and the wall has to be white. So the light reflects better when it pushes out, and it gives it that invisible, like it's floating look to it. Do the same thing here. And we're going to make the screen ultra super black. You can't even see through it. So when that projector hits, you just see the image. There's no lamp glare, nothing. We use a Pico projector for that. So Pico projector will be here. It'll push through all these boxes and push up an image right there. But to figure out how far it has to be back in order to pick up the surface itself, we have to do a little bit of a snap measurement. So before we get into all of that really quick and really fast, because I'm not supposed to be doing this, I'm saving my programming for tomorrow. Because I got a bunch of calls to make. I got to order surfaces and samples and all that stuff. And then the screen thing coming in and get that done. I want feet on the bottom of this too, because I need this bottom head to glow 20. Go for flow effect on that. You want to cut out windows here. I'm putting plexiglass in for the windows in here. So we're going to have to cut this right to the bone in order to get that to work. Let me see. Yeah, because all these have to be glued together, and then we'll have to cut from there to there. Cut from here to here. Yeah, because this will be flat. This will be flat. This will be the only piece that will be there. So once this is flat right there, we can actually put a reinforcement here. But then we got to put a window there. If you cut it flat here, we got to cut a hole from here to here to here. That's going to be an interesting design. So the window can't come all the way over. The window's going to have to come over from... This is going to have to be a support. That's going to have to be a support. And you're going to put a window in. Yeah, we're going to glue all these together, because when we cut them, they're going to separate. They're going to fall in. This all has to be glued together. When we cut the window in. Definitely going to do that. Because I want a window on each side. That's what I want. I want the pieces of levitating fluid at top, and I want the virtual window here. So when the projector comes through, bam, it hits and goes here. We're going to do a sticker box. We're going to print our own sticker designs. The whole thing's going to be covered in these awesome anime stickers. And anime stickers are going to be an inside. Everything glows in the dark. So when that projector hits right through, all that's going to glow. So nice, beautiful lighting in the inside. And then the visual image here and everything floating up top. That's what we're going to put. That's what's in my head right now, how to put it together. What do you think about that, Taco? That's great! That's great, Taco. That's great. That's what I want to do. Let me see. Oh, it's on the floor somewhere. We got to get it from there. All right, people, got to go. New gray spray paint coming out soon and fast. As soon as we get done all the testing, lots and lots and lots and lots of testing. We are going to bring it on site with us, by the way. We're actually already here, and it'll be here, but I need to have it on site to show it off. I think I'm going to do all the demonstrations on any commercial environments to show you how amazing this stuff's going to be. And yes, price is $48. Got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.